Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
Throwing strikes, being efficient with our pitches, making those routine plays, and having a great approach at the plate. So just keeping things simple and just building up that team chemistry as much as possible, I think, will help you win some games.
1-2. Swing and a miss as the Sodbusters strand the bases loaded to keep this a tie game.
This one is bounced back up the middle and into center field for a base hit. One run scores. Here comes Printer around third.
Our fans recognize that, and they know that it's a family atmosphere at our place, and that's what we like.
To the left side and through for a base hit. The go-ahead run scores as Jensen delivers once again.
This one, the lightest of light hits. He gets an RBI single.
I think it's just a great experience, getting kids from all over the country to come in and play together.
Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
Just two more times, folks. The Hastings Sodbusters in their final two games of the 2024 regular Independence League baseball season, where they will take on the Nebraska Prospects for the third time tonight in Game 3 of their four-game series, as we are setting this season almost as a close. But the Sodbusters still in the playoff picture. That could all change depending on the outcome of this game and another game. Lots of playoff scenarios to talk about. We will tell you about those in just a few moments. I'm Ryan Valenta. Steve Stein's with me as well, as we've got first pitch time of our usual 6:35 p.m. coming up in just a few moments. On our pregame show tonight, we'll tell you about tonight's matchup, those playoff scenario stakes, and the prospects, what they will bring to the table last night. If you've tuned in the past two nights, you know they're a little short on guys for the last part of the season. So we will have a Sodbuster team chomping at the bit to get another win and win the series against the Prospects tonight to potentially keep their playoff hopes alive. Before we do that, after the break, we will have our latest Sodbuster Spotlight. We will highlight the Japanese product Yamato Sato, where he tells us a little bit about himself, and we get his roommate, Brendan Wabick, to tell him a little bit more about the Sodbuster Japanese player and guy who came into this speaking no English whatsoever. He caught up with Steve Stein briefly, and Brendan Wabick will tell us the rest about him. Super cool pool of international guys here in central Nebraska this summer, and we'll get to hear from the last guy, the Japanese Yamato Sato, after this. We will have that interview in just a few moments. 6:35 start time, the Nebraska Prospects and the Hastings Sodbusters. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com. It is a Sodbuster Spotlight with Yamato Sato, Japanese player who's in the States for the first time. He knew no English, so through the power of Google Translate, we're able to ask him questions, have him get responses, and then to add to this, we talked to his Sodbuster roommate, Brendan Wabick. Yamato, tell us about how you came to be here in America.
I had an interest in America and wanted to play baseball there.
What has your experience been like here in the United States?
Oh, very good. I love America.
Do you want to go to college in America? Is that a goal, or do you just want to continue playing in Japan?
I want to play baseball in America. college or professional, yeah, I want to play baseball in America.
What are your options in terms of what you could do in Japan compared to what you can do in the United States as far as baseball?
Yeah, I enjoyed playing baseball in America more than in Japan.
You're going to college in Japan. What are you studying? What would you like to see yourself doing after baseball?
Yeah, I wanted to be a PE teacher.
What's the biggest difference between baseball in America and baseball in Japan?
It seems like everyone in America is having fun playing baseball. Japan isn't.
Why isn't it fun in Japan?
Yeah, because it's going to be negative.
Playing at Duncan Field, what has that experience been like in terms of the size? Are there any fields like Duncan Field in Japan?
No, first time Duncan Field, big stadium. Yeah, no Japanese stadium.
How hard has it been being a catcher to try to communicate with your pitchers?
I guess I'm getting used to it now.
What's been your highlight of being a Sodbuster so far?
I often hit home runs at this stadium because I want my host family to see it.
Tell us about your host family. I know you have a bicycle. Did they let you ride a bicycle to the park?
I was told to wear a helmet, but I didn't.
Do you ride bicycles a lot more back in Japan than you do here?
Yes. Bicycle. Japan is famous.
The Olympics going on now. Do you have a chance to follow your home country now that that's going on? Is it kind of fun to share that experience with your American teammates?
Yes. I was a volunteer bullpen catcher at the Tokyo Olympic.
What's the biggest sport in Japan in the Summer Olympics?
Swimming, basketball. Yeah, because Keisei Tominaga, Nebraska Huskers, Rui Hachimura, in Lakers. I'm excited.
I really appreciate Yamato Sato and his effort to try to get me an interview, a guy who doesn't speak a whole lot of English, but has been one of the more positive influences on this Sodbuster squad. And we hear a little more about Yamato from his Sodbuster roommate, Brendan Wabick.
I mean, Yamato's great. We do a lot of stuff together. Almost every day he's up at 9:30 and working out in the backyard. I don't know why he gets up at 9:30, but like he's a great roommate. If we want to go outside, we'll go outside together. We'll play video games together. We'll watch movies together most nights after the games. We just kind of do everything together, and he's been a great roommate.
What's the language issue been like? Have you guys been able to work through that pretty well?
Yeah, we kind of keep it simple, most conversations, but we both have Google Translate, and we start to realize, like, if I'm going to ask him a question that he might not understand, I just won't even ask him, and I'll just show him Google Translate. And we communicate pretty well through that. It just takes a little extra time, but there's no problems with it.
Baseball aspect, you're a pitcher, he's a catcher. Has that been kind of cool? You're the Canadian, he's the Japanese guy.
Yeah, I definitely like throwing to him. I feel like every pitcher has a favorite catcher, and there's no real specific reason why. And I think Yamato's my favorite because I live with him. We spend all day together. Nate's staring at me right now. But
Nathan Massar, also a catcher, by the way. He's offended.
He's caught like 4 games. I actually don't even know. But yeah, Yamato's a great catcher, and we get along really well, so I definitely think that helps when I'm pitching.
Brendan Wabick, the Sodbuster roommate of Yamato Satos, who wanted to feature Yamato, has been with the Sodbusters throughout the year. I'm Steve Stein.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Welcome back to historic Duncan Field here in Hastings, Nebraska. We are getting set to go for Game 3 of this 4-game series as the Hastings Sodbusters and Nebraska Prospects will square off for the second to last time this season. A little more reinforcement for the Prospects last night as they were forced to bat their coach, Gabe Shemwell, in an emergency situation. Not enough guys showed up last night. Shemwell will get the day off from hitting and playing tonight as they've got some other guys that will be able to play tonight to do the Prospects, and they will try and just play spoiler. That is the only thing really they can do for the past 2 games, or for the last 2 games, as they are not eligible for the playoffs, and they will maybe just try to dash the hopes of Hastings, whose playoff hopes are still alive. Tell you about that now. The Sodbusters have to win tonight and tomorrow, and Fremont has to lose tonight and tomorrow, which means Spearfish needs to win tonight and tomorrow. And the reason that Spearfish is still trying, because if Spearfish wins tonight and tomorrow and the Sodbusters lose either tonight and tomorrow, then it's going to be Spearfish going to be in the second half Independence League Championship with the Casper Spuds. If Fremont wins 1 game, or if the Sodbusters lose 1 game, then that would be Fremont in the championship. So just super cool. 2 games left in the regular season, and we still do not have the opponent for the Casper Spuds. But Sodbusters know what they have to do. They have to win tonight, and they will do so against a Prospect team which has had just a few guys that have showed up this week, but they've got a full team together tonight. But they will try and dash the Sodbusters' hopes, perhaps. Now, we will introduce to you our starting lineups. These starting lineups tonight are brought to you by Quality First. We go with the Prospects first. Leading off and playing second base is Paul Schuyler. Batting second and playing right field is Jackson Trout, making his series debut. Jacob Perrin bats third and plays left field. Trent Berry bats fourth and plays shortstop. Corey Kozad doing the catching and batting fifth rather. J.D. Moffitt bats sixth and plays third base. Colton Homolka bats seventh and is the designated hitter. Carson Obrecht, also making his series debut, will bat eighth and play first base. And Kellen Freeze, a brand new guy playing tonight, he will make his Prospect debut, batting ninth and playing center field. Going to be a tough task for him, playing center field in such a vast ballpark. And now, we will introduce the Sodbuster starting lineup. Luke Ray will lead things off and play second base. Josh Printer will bat second and play shortstop. Ryan Jarvis will play left field and bat in the third spot. Dino Morales back in the lineup, batting in the cleanup spot and playing third base. Cale Jensen bats fifth, plays right field. Alexio Delgado batting sixth and playing center field. Tyler Sardelli, one of the newcomers, batting seventh and playing first base. Fred Bond is the 8-hole hitter and is the designated hitter. Tristan Byer will round things out and play the catcher position. Ray, Printer, Jarvis, Morales, Jensen, Delgado, Sardelli, Bond, and Byer, and Braden Cork, the innings leader for the Hastings Sodbusters, will get the start on the mound tonight. The Nebraska Prospects, under the direction of Gabe Shemwell and his assistant coach, Raleigh Kenny. Hastings Sodbusters, their head coach, Danny Weiser, under the assistance of Corey Caranda and Andy Chase. The Sodbusters 31-19, the Prospects 7-23 this summer season. Been a complete reversal of fortunes. It was the Sodbusters last summer that were struggling mightily all throughout the year, and the Prospects seemingly cruising to a lot of victories. And been the opposite this summer. The Sodbusters still in playoff contention with just 2 games to go. Tonight's home plate umpire is Jason Seitz. The field umpire is Daniel Roth. Sodbusters in their gold uniforms, Prospects in their black uniforms with faint red accents and white accents, a nightmare for our guy Steve Stein over there. Steve, good to have you here. 2 games left, must-win game for the Sodbusters, and a little bit warm at the field, but expect a good game tonight, I would assume.
I was really hoping that Spearfish would find a way to beat Fremont, because that would mean that it would have come down to the final day, because it wouldn't have mattered what happened today. Something would have meant tomorrow, but now Spearfish is called to the forefront. Got to have them win, and you cannot be looking at that score. Got to come out and play. Yeah, this team from Nebraska has got a lot of new guys, line up, sometimes first-time hitters. One guy who's really local, that Kellen Freese. I thought, why did that name sound so familiar? We'll talk about him when he comes up, but a guy who played 20 miles down the road, so kind of cool to see him in action. But the Sodbusters, it's all set up for them. You've got your ace on the mound, or the ace right now anyway. I mean, you've had different guys fill that role, but Braden Cork, this is just where you want to be in a must-win game. That's who you want to have on the mound.
And we talked with Danny Weiser, head coach, last night. Cork, one of the guys who has seen time starting on the mound and has also been the guy who has come in relief. Where does he feel more comfortable? And Cork, he's a guy that can really do both. I mean, really, if you look at his stats this season, the Casper Spuds have been really the only team that have given him a whole bunch of trouble. Casper, when Cork has faced them, he has been knocked around a bunch, but otherwise, since then, Cork, he has been really darn good, and we'll look for another good start for the Northeast Community College guy on the mound tonight. Braden Cork, as a Millard North graduate, has the most innings pitched with 46 1/3 innings. And we are just about set to go, 3 minutes before first pitch. And I am going to take a wild guess here and say Jason Frew, Aurora High School choir director, has assembled his choir kids to sing our national anthem tonight. That is the case. And the red and white will sing tonight's national anthem ahead of first pitch here at Duncan Field. A rendition of our national anthem by the Aurora Huskies, not too far down the road to the northeast of Hastings, Nebraska. And we are set to go. The Sodbusters, Steve, in their winning golds tonight. The prospects in their black uniforms and their black accents, as well as white and red outlines on their numbering as well. Sodbusters 31-19. The prospects 7-23 this summer. With the win last night, the Sodbusters improved to 6-1 against the Nebraska prospects this summer. And with still meaningful baseball left to be played, Sodbusters will likely forego their Buster Ball, I guess if you will. Last season, they were out of playoff contention and played against the Fremont Moose, as Fremont had already locked up a playoff spot, but not the case tonight. Braden Cork and the Sodbusters, it is all cylinders go tonight, must-win game. And the Sodbusters will look to continue their success on the last two nights, Steve.
9-2 in the yellow uniforms, so you got to like it. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Braden Cork, a Northeast Community College guy, and he will be making his second best 16th appearance tonight 46 1/3 innings pitched. That is most on the team in 4 starts, as well as 12 relief appearances. He has been the guy who comes on in long relief, either starts or he can close out the 9th inning. His last outing on July the 18th, 9 days ago against Fremont, he came on in relief in that game. That one was Braden Cork Day, as Cohen Evans had a rough start to kind of start off the game, but then Cork 7 shutout innings of 2 hits, 1 walk, and 5 strikeout baseball in that 14-4 victory against the Fremont Moo. That was a big momentum shifter for the Sodbusters to really keep themselves in this playoff race, and that was a big game because 2 games left to go. The Sodbusters are still talking about Independence League playoffs. Braden Cork, 46 1/3 innings pitched, 2-2 record, 4 saves. He's given up 20 runs, 18 walks, 51 strikeouts, and a 3.30 ERA. First pitch is inside, right at 6:36 p.m. here in Hastings, Nebraska. At Duncan Field is a little bit inside to Paul Schuyler for ball 1. Schuyler has played in both games. Takes a breaking ball inside. Schuyler was 0 for 4 in Thursday night's game, and then he had a couple of hits last night, so he's got 2 hits in the series. Swings and misses out a breaking ball. And Braden Cork, an excellent arsenal of a 4-seam, 2-seam fastball, a curveball, slider, changeup, a traditional 5-pitch mix for the Hastings Sodbuster starter. Here's Cork's number 4 pitch. It's a breaking ball that gets away from the catcher Tristan Beyer for ball 2, 2-2. Again, Jason Seitz, the home plate umpire tonight. Daniel Roth in the field. Defense behind Cork, Ryan Jarvis, Alexio Delgado, Cale Jensen from left to right. Dino Morales, Josh Printer, Luke Ray, Tyler Sardelli from third to first base. 2-2 high and tight. Counts run full at 3-2. Like I mentioned, Cork hasn't walked too many guys, only 18 in 15 appearances this summer. Payoff pitch grounded to the left side. Dino's got it. Guns over to first. Plenty of time. 1 up, 1 down. Good start for the Hastings Sodbusters.
Good to see Dino playing the field. Kind of wondered if he would be one of the guys who wouldn't be in the lineup today as a potential pitcher, but may see Dino tomorrow out of the bullpen for this Hastings Sodbuster team.
Plenty of options tomorrow, and Sodbusters must win these next 2 games if they want a shot to play some postseason baseball. Jackson Trout, welcome back to the Prospects. He has not played in the series so far, but he is a guy that played for them last year. Jackson Trout, a Papillion native, on to baseball at the University of Nebraska, Omaha. Puts a soft fly ball into left field. It falls just in front of Ryan Jarvis for a leadoff base hit for Jackson Trout with 1 out.
Trout, a guy who had 315 last year, only 192 this season, just his 6th hit, and something going for this prospect squad.
Jackson Trout's just played in 8 games this summer, his first game since July 19th against Fremont. So he's had extended time off, and guy who was not here on Friday or Thursday. He's on base, and he's got some speed as well, and Jacob Perrin swings and misses at strike 1. Perrin with a 2-hit day last night and a 1-hit day on Thursday night. He's got 3 hits in the series this extended weekend. Pitch low and in, and Beyer blocks it. Trout thought about advancing, but stays put at first base. Jackson Trout at first. He's got 3 stolen bases. Good to keep an eye on him. Jacob Perrin, the batter, 260 average. He leads the team with 27 strikeouts. That's not the beer batter tonight. That one off of the bat and off of a piece of Beyer that ricochets out into the field. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sodbuster pitchers have been excellent in this series, and they've really been pretty good over the last series against Milwaukee too. Yes, they allowed some runs, but their offense was even better. Here's the 1-2 again from Braden Cork. Soft ground ball. Dino at third base will go the short way to second. They'll get the sure out at second. And the lead runner is retired. Trout's out. Perrin reaches on the fielder's choice, 2 outs in the first inning.
Perfect fundamentals. Good start for Dina Morales for this Hastings Sodbuster team, and a really good start for Braden Cork. We'll see if he can find a way to get this third out with no damage done.
And here is tonight's beer batter, who is 2 for 2 in offering at the strikeout ball in this series. And coincidence, the Sodbusters have won both of those games. We love to look at cherry-picked trends here in the Sodbuster booth. He's going to ground the first pitch out to the left side, foul ball for Trent Berry. A Wahoo native, Bishop Newman High School, now at Northeast Community College guys. A lot of Northeast Community College and Southeast Community College guys on this prospect roster this summer. And a few Northeast Community College guys on the Sodbuster roster, so you know they know each other. Trent Berry with an 0-1 count. Perrin now at first, swing and a miss, strike 2. Trent Berry last night with a double. That came in the 5th inning. And Berry also had a single in Thursday night's game. He's had 1 hit in each game. Sodbusters want some drink specials here at Duncan Field. 0-2, grounded on the short. Printer goes the short way to second. And that is 3 outs in the first inning. Cork gets around the 1-out single, and there is no damage done. The Sodbusters will come to bat in the bottom of the first. We'll be right back.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Welcome back to historic Duncan Field here in Hastings, Nebraska. The Prospects, nothing doing for them in the top of the first inning. They get a single from Jackson Trouts, but that is it. And they go down on no runs, 1 hit, 1 left. The Sodbusters will bring their top of the lineup up, and they will go to battle against the right arm of Colton Homolka. Homolka is a Norris High School graduate who is fresh off a Class B state championship with the Titans, and he is here playing with the Prospects summer ball. He's been in the field the past 2 nights with the diminished roster, so he's had to hit for himself a few nights, but now he gets the start on the mound. His 4th start this summer, making his 3rd appearance against the Sodbusters specifically. 18 1/3 innings pitched, 1-2 record, 22 hits, 18 runs, 18 walks, 27 strikeouts, a 6.88 ERA in his 6 outings tonight. But the Sodbusters have seen him twice, and both times they've tagged him for 3 runs and 4 walks. But that leadoff game for Homolka, he struck out 7 batters as well, so he knows the Sodbusters team. And like we said, they really all they can do is play spoiler to the Sodbusters. They're not in playoff contention whatsoever, so they will play hard and try and make some chaos here in the final game of the season. Luke Ray will lead things off. Beautiful night at Duncan Field, where I was expecting the 95-degree heat today. It's really never got really that high. In the low 90s, 87 here at the ballpark tonight. Homolka delivers the first pitch. It's bobbled by the shortstop, Trent Berry, and Luke Ray is on. That is a leadoff error and a leadoff base runner for the Sodbusters.
Sodbusters will take it. Now, this Norris team kind of patchwork together. They were talking about the fact that I think they have 3 pitcher-only guys in the field today, including their first baseman. I was visiting with him, and he said hasn't really played in the field for a couple of years, so there could be some shaky aspects of this defense for the Prospects.
One batter and one error for the Nebraska prospects as Josh Printer swings and misses at the first pitch. And Josh, he's really getting it going on offense as of recent. 267 average for Josh Printer now. Third in team total hits with 44 this summer, and the team leader in RBIs with 28. He had a couple of runs knocked in last night on a double in the 5th inning. And he also scored 3 runs. And that's a big win for the Hastings Sodbusters. Strike 2 is at the letters for Printer. Almost wish you could have him come back and be an assistant coach next summer. But he is working on locking down his next stop as a coach in his hometown. Printer on the ground to shortstop. Barry will flip to second for 1. The dish to first is in time. And Trent Barry atones for his mistake and turns a 6-4-3 double play to get 2 outs for the prospects in the first inning.
And a really good turn for Paul Schuyler over at second to get it done. So Sodbusters really good with 2 outs, nobody on yesterday. We'll see if they can ignite something here.
So bases empty, 2 outs after the leadoff error reaches. It's Ryan Jarvis. Jarvis got yesterday off and got a chance to meet his parents last night, who were really nice people. First pitch to him is outside. Steve, they said that we're celebrities in their household when they're watching. So appreciate the Jarvises watching in, and they're here tonight as well. And for the rest of the season, getting to see Jarvis play. Soft ground ball to the right side. It's Paul Schuyler, scoops it up, throws it over, and the prospects end up facing the minimum of Sodbusters in the first inning. On no hits, no runs, nobody left on. It's a 0-0 ball game. We go to the second inning after this.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook. Nothing doing for either team in the first inning. The Hastings Sodbusters and Nebraska prospects for the second to last time this season. And the prospects, they got 1 base runner in the first inning, so they will have 5, 6, and 7 due up. Corey Kozad, J.D. Moffitt, and Colton Homolka. Yes, Homolka the starter on the mounds, but he is also the pitcher tonight as well. Sodbusters getting an advantage to throw at some pitcher-only guys. And Corey Kozad, not one of those guys. He is the catcher tonight. He's also been in the designated hitter spot this season and series. He'll go to battle against Braden Cork. First pitch in there for strike 1. Kozad last night just had a walk, did not record a hit, and did not record a hit on Thursday night either. Still looking for his first hit this series. Way out in front of that one, just gets a piece of it for a foul ball. 0-2. Cork working quickly and in the strike zone. So far on the summer for Kozad, for the Southeast Community College product, 236, leads the team with 14 walks. And yep, at 30 games, just 14 walks. That is the team lead. 0-2 fouled out of play to the right side, remains 0-2. Sodbusters with the big win last night, and really the past 5 wins on their 6-game winning streak, they've all been pretty big. Even with the Bison win starting off that streak, that was a big comeback for the Sodbusters when they definitely could have and probably should have lost that game. You look at the game before the Bison, Probably could have, should have, and won that game. Lots of could have, should haves for the Sodbusters this summer. 1-2 is high and tight, 2-2 to Corey Kozad. You think what could have been for some of those games, but then you also look at the teams, some of the teams that they played, specifically Fremont coming back in a lot of games to steal some wins. We look back at the Fremont game against the Bison where they led 5-1. The Bison did rather in the 9th inning, and Fremont scored 5 runs to walk it off. A different picture we would probably be talking about if one certain thing could have happened. 2-2 fouled off again, and Kozad fighting tough with 2 strikes here. Appears that Kozad might have maybe busted his bat a little bit because he will get a new piece of lumber there. So Kozad's got the stick he wants. What does Braden Cork have with another 2-strike pitch? Fastball right up the middle. It's into center field for a base hit. Tried to sneak one by him. Kozad was all over it. And it's the the second hit of the game for the Nebraska prospects.
Really good approach for Kozad. He was behind in the count all the way, fought off a couple of pitches, and then just right back up the middle. So we'll see how the Sodbusters handle this with a leadoff man on and nobody out.
Prospects stole 5 bases last night against the Sodbusters, and Fred Bond, the catcher, last night. See how aggressive they are in the base pass. Kozad stays put as J.D. Moffitt fouls off the first pitch. He's a guy who's kind of been a consistent two-way player, has seen time on the mound and in the field. In 8 games, J.D. Moffitt is still looking for his first hit this summer, 0 for 16 so far. Does have a run driven in this summer as well. Breaking ball finds right the bottom of the zone for strike 2. Moffitt was a hitter in last night's contest, went 0 for 3 with a walk. Moffitt also had a pinch hit appearance on Thursday where he was retired. Cork way ahead, 0-2. Ground ball to the shortstop, Printer. Flipped to second for 1, on to first. A wild throw by Luke Ray. And that will get out of play and allow the runner, Moffitt, to advance to second base.
Just hope that doesn't come back to haunt you. A certain double play on any decent throw, and you were hoping it would stay in play. So now you get that runner at second base, not only not getting the 2 outs, but now having a runner in scoring position with only 1 man out.
Saw it right out of the hand of Ray, and doesn't matter how tall you are over there at first base, not going to catch that one. So it's now runner at second with 1 out, and here's Colton Homolka. He picked up his first hit as a prospect during this series when he played in the field, and that was last night. He ended up going 1 for 4, also batted Thursday night, and had an 0 for as well. Homolka, the pitcher and the designated hitter tonight. Swing and a miss. Homolka, big cut, no contact, 1-1. Runner at second with 1 out. The wind blowing in here at Duncan Field tonight. Blowing in pretty steadily from the right center field back to the left side of the infield. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 2. Cork snaps that one off. Look at the numbers. The Prospects as a team, .223 batting average. That has fell in each of the few games. Came into the series hitting .227. Homolka now facing a 1-2 count. What does Cork come up with here? Breaking ball, swing and a miss. See you later. First strikeout for Braden Cork, 7 batters in, and a big second out of this inning.
And the Homolka seemed like a really good kid. He was having fun with his teammates. The fact that he was the DH because he was the only pitcher that got a hit. So that's, yeah, I'm one up on you guys, so he was giving him a hard time. You get a hit, you're the DH today.
That is a tough ask there. Well, I almost wish I wouldn't have gotten a hit now. Pitch is at the knees, but too low for ball 1, according to home plate umpire Jason Seitz. Carson Obrecht is the batter. He's making his series debut, rather. And he is a guy who is one of those pitcher-only guys on the team, but forced into the field tonight. Takes a big swing and a miss for strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Carson Obrecht is a Millard North graduate at Wayne State College right now, out in Wayne in northeast Nebraska. Obrecht actually has the team lead in innings pitched on the mound, but he has not pitched yet this series. You almost wonder if maybe he's a guy who could possibly pitch in relief. His last outing was on July 20th, over a week ago.
Little Millard North bragging rights at stake here. These two high school teammates going at it.
And that's a good point there, Steve. Braden Cork on the mound, the Millard North guy as well. Dino will let that one go foul. And it remains, it will now go to 2-2. Millard North Mustangs, right?
Yep.
One Mustang versus another. Obrecht has a foul ball there, and Braden Cork just coming off of his freshman year at Northeast Community College on the mound. But Carson Obrecht, he leads the team with innings pitched and strikeouts. But here he is at bat. Obrecht has had no at-bats yet this summer. 2-2, strike 3 called at the knees. Backwards K, back-to-back strikeouts for Braden Cork. They leave a man on in scoring position. 1 hit, 1 left, no runs for the Nebraska Prospects. It remains a scoreless game, and we go to the bottom of the 2nd inning.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
We go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. It's still a scoreless game, 0-0. 2 hits for the Prospects, still no hits for the Hastings Sodbusters. Ryan Valenta, Steve Stein, thank you for joining us on this Saturday evening. The Independence League season winding down, and still in a playoff race. The Casper Spuds, with 2 games left, still do not know who their opponent will be in the Independence League playoffs, which is just around the corner. Sodbusters coming up to bat in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And they will have their 4, 5, and 6 guys. They face the minimum coming up to the plates after a leadoff base runner and then a double play and a ground out. Colton Homolko will go against Dino Morales. First pitch low and away for ball 1. Early returns for Colton Homolka around the 83 to 85 range with his fastball. Dino takes a high strike for strike 1, 1-1. The Panama native playing his baseball not too far down the road at York University with the Juden brothers. 1-1, a check swing, and that one will go over the seats for a foul ball, strike 2. Dino, 272 on the summer season, comes into the game with a 5-game hit streak in tow. 3 of those games he has hit for multi-hits. That one bounces in there, and watch out, flight scope there. That one was pretty close to hitting the toy behind the home plates. Flight scope tells us everything we want to know about pitch location, pitch velocity, exit velocity off the bats, launch angles, all that good stuff. 2-2. Dino has to get out of the way. It's 3-2 now. The defense behind Colton Homolka, Jacob Perrin, Kellen Fries, Jackson Trout, Dino chases ball 4 and strikes out for strike out number 1 and the first out of the second inning.
He'll not be pleased with that if he has to watch that one on film. Shakes his head as he heads back to the dugout for the Hastings Sodbusters.
Now, Cale Jensen will get 10 at-bats. And all Jensen has done is had a hit in 7 of his last 8 games. Last night, he was phenomenal. Driving in run after run. Takes strike 1 right down the middle. Cale Jensen led things off last night with an RBI single to get the Sodbusters tied up at 1 run apiece. And then he also had a single and a triple. Pops it up left side. Could be a play for the left side. Perrin and Barry, he can't make the play. It's a loud foul ball.
Really good hustle for Barry. Headlong run and just could not, actually almost overran it and did a tremendous job. I thought it was probably going to be the left fielder's ball, but great hustle for Barry to at least give himself a chance.
The left fielder Jacob Perrin not getting there quite in time. And it's an 0-2 count to Cale Jensen. They put his bat right up on the plate. So he will grab it up there. Jensen, the Central City native. We've told you his little brother's team, the Central City Post Juniors, winning a state championship earlier in the week. That one just misses at the top of the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cale Jensen. Jensen this summer, .307 average. After a horrid first part of the summer season, he has figured it out. That one bounces in front of the plates. A couple of those have happened for Colton Homolka now. Count runs 2-2. Again, the other game that we'll be looking at for tonight is Fremont versus Spearfish, and that game scheduled to start in just a few minutes. And that pitch misses, now from 0-2 to 3-2. Jensen has fought back here in the count. Homolka's full counts. High for ball 4, not by much. Homolka right around the zone, but walks his first batter.
Good job for the Sodbusters to work the count this inning, as Homolka has already thrown 11, make it 12 pitches in this inning after he threw 6 the entire first inning.
So what the Sodbusters did in the first 2 games, with limited pitching, able to knock their starting pitchers for the prospects out fairly early in the game, probably earlier than they would have liked to go to the bullpen. Alexio Delgado swings at the first pitch and launches it out of play to the right side. Delgado at Carolina University, a Florida native, and leads the team, or tied for the lead in a few categories. Has tied most for triples and tied most for home runs on the team. 0-1 bounces in there. Jensen stays put. Doesn't get too far away from the catcher Corey Kozad. That's just ball 2. Alexiel Delgado, .256 hitter this summer, 34 hits, 7 doubles, 3 triples, 2 dingers. Also pretty close to the RBI lead with 26. 1-1, that just misses, and not by much. Well, it's a 2-1 pitch on a pitch that the prospects wanted to be a strike. Two-1 grounded foul, now 2-2. Delgado's been a guy who has seemingly found his touch as of recent. Had a hit last night. Also drove in a run when he was hit by a pitch in the 7th inning. And general manager and co-owner Scott Galusha kind of told us during the middle part of the season, Delgado was kind of guessing at the plates. But he seems to have figured it out since. Jensen on the move. Ball 3's downstairs. Throw to second. Not in time. Cale Jensen, the crafty stolen base stealer, has his 6th bag of the summer.
Doesn't do it much, but hasn't been caught yet, and now he's in scoring position for Delgado.
Definitely not a type of guy you expect to steal the base, but he picks out the perfect time to do it, and that was another one. It's now a full count pitch to Alexiel Delgado. Hit in the air to left field. That one going way back on Jacob Perrin. It's over his head, and that will score the first run of the game. It's an RBI double for Alexiel Delgado, 1-0 Hastings Sodbusters.
Really fortunate that Nebraska didn't look home, because they had Jensen having to make sure that the ball wasn't caught, so he did not get a good jump off of second at all. He was just rounding third when the shortstop got it, and we saw that guy, Trent Berry, look to second to see if he had a chance at Delgado. If he looks home, there may be a play against Jensen.
I agree. Surprised to see the prospects not even attempt the throw home, when it looked like they definitely may have been able to at least make it close. So it's 1-0 Sodbusters over the prospects on their first hit tonight. It's an extra base hit from Alexiel Delgado, who ties Josh Printer for the team lead in doubles. Jensen comes around, and Tyler Sardelli could make some noise with the hit here. Down low for ball one. Love the work that Tyler's done in replacement of his Arkansas Tech teammate Sawyer Duddleston. 5 hits in 5 games, 4 runs driven in. And he plays a pretty good first base as well. Homolka's 1-0 pitch. High and tight, 2-0. Prospects not with too many reserves again tonight, but they've got more than they did last night. At least they don't have to have their coach playing tonight. 2-0 hit on the ground to the right side. It will get the runner over. Schuyler throws over to first in time. Sardelli's retired on the 4-3 groundout, and Delgado moves over to third.
Sodbuster's excellent with 2 outs last night. We'll see if Fred Bond can put a little bit of a dent in this Nebraska prospects mood with a 2-out hit to get that runner home from third.
And you know Fred would love to get a hit. He's on a little bit of a cold spell as well. He'll take strike 1 on the outside corner. Fred Bond, just 10 hits this summer, a 135 average. And his hits, for the most part, have been streaky. His last hit coming on July 22nd. Ground ball, it's a good stop by Moffitt. Can he make the throw? Safe at first base. A bang-bang play. Fred Bond with an infield single. He'll drive in a run to make it 2-0.
I was just thinking, when it's going bad, somebody makes a miraculous play and throws you out, but a good job for Fred Buston. Hey, J.D. Moffitt, give him a credit. I thought that baby was heading down the line, and he made a strong throw, and Fred Bond gets the infield single, gets the RBI, and now a chance to keep it going.
That does not get any closer than that. Daniel Roth, the field umpire, taking his time with the call. And the next pitch hits Tristan Byer. So now 2 consecutive base runners with 2 outs. And that puts first and second now. Top of the order.
Now Sodbusters can really make it hurt here if Luke Ray can get one to the outfield. A chance for him to perhaps bring home another run for the Hastings Sodbusters.
Luke Ray, one of the guys who has seen kind of sparse playing time. He is 194 hitter coming into tonight's contest. 13 hits for another Arkansas Tech Wonder Boy. First pitch, line to the right side, base hit. Trout fields it on a hop, and there will be no chance to advance home. It wasn't hit too hard. It's a single for Luke Ray, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs.
Jackson Trout, good job coming up throwing. So the Sodbusters, now how big is this? They keep it going with 2 outs with that infield single, then hit batsman single. How about the captain, Josh Printer, coming through? Can really give this Hastings team an early boost.
You betcha. Bases loaded, and Josh Printer, he knows the situation here. A very good situational hitter. And he can definitely make something happen here with 2 outs. Don't got to do too much with it. And the outfield not playing Printer too deep at all. First pitch, way high, 1-0.
6 pitches in the first inning. That was 26 here in the second for Homolka.
It's a game of inches and really a game of innings here in summer baseball. 1-0, high and tight, 2-0. Bond at third, Byer at second, Ray at first. Printer the 8th man to bat in this inning. But the Sodbusters still only have 2 runs. You'd love a few more. Big gap in left center field. That one over the head of Printer, and here comes the run. And the tag is there and out at the plates is Fred Bond trying to get the run home. Disappointing for the Sodbusters. The wild pitch goes in the favor of the Nebraska prospects. And after all that commotion, it's just 2 runs for the Hastings Sodbusters. They will take a 2-0 lead into the 3rd inning. We'll be back. Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com.
3rd inning. Sodbusters get 2 in the 2nd inning. You would have hoped for more, but like we were talking about during the break, perfect bounce off the back wall to the catcher Corey Kozat, who applies the tag for the runner trying to steal home. So that's all the Sodbusters can get. 2-0. We go to the 3rd inning, and we send it to Steve Stein.
Well, we'll see how it goes here for the Hastings Sodbusters and their defense. The only concern through the first couple innings, Braden Cork, kind of an elevated pitch count. He's put zeros on the board, but has already thrown 35 pitches through the first 2 innings today, and he will see Kellen Freese. Freese has certainly played here at some point during his career. He's making his Nebraska Prospects debut. He's a Northeast Community College guy, but he played for that fine Central City Centura High School team just up the road, and he is a Centura High grad, and I know they played Adams Central and maybe Hastings High here at Duncan Field during his high school days, and their Legion team was dynamite as well. Dannebrog Carol Bolus, DCB, he stands the left-handed box, so certainly a capable hitter against Braden Cork, who's behind the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Braden brings home the pitch, and this one's down low for ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes on Freese. Filling a roster spot here, they needed dudes, and Kellen kind of right down the road, so coming in to play hopefully the final couple of games for this Nebraska Prospects team as they are trying to fill out their roster spot and complete the season. Pitch misses for ball 3, 3 balls and no strikes. Cork close on all of them, but no strikes so far as he is in danger of walking a man in this 3rd inning. The delivery is nowhere close, so leadoff walk to Freese, runner at first and nobody out. Sodbusters lamenting what might have been as they had the bases loaded, 2 outs, their top RBI guy up there, and if I am the head coach, Danny Weiser, and if I'm Fred Bond and I see the ball get by the catcher, I'm coming home too, but that just took a terrible hop, came almost all the way back to home plate, and it was a really easy play for Kozad to tag out Fred Bond, the opposing catcher, coming down the line at 3rd. Runner at first, nobody out here in the 3rd inning of a 2-0 game, and this one struck pretty well. Delgado back a couple of steps, though, and will make the play as Freese will return to first as Paul Schuyler's first pitch swinging, but nothing to show for it. A line out to center means 1 on and 1 out, and that will bring to the plate Jackson Trout. Trout singled his first time up for the Nebraska Prospects. And these numbers, we talked about them before the game, actually not as horrible as I thought they were. Black numbers on black jerseys, but they've got enough three-dimensionality, which probably isn't a word, but they've got a little red and white around them that you can at least see them when they're in the batter's box. It was a uniform set, I think, for Oahe. I think they had white numbers on yellow jerseys, and it was just, I couldn't even hardly see it with the binocs. But these are not too bad. No numbers on the front, though, so a little bit challenging in that respect, but could be worse. Pitch is across for a strike as Cork had thrown over to first base. 1 on and 1 out, and Jackson Trout trying to bring home the first run for the Prospects. Sodbusters scoring first today, getting 2 runs in that 2nd inning. Want to put a 0 on the board right here. Runner takes off. Cork steps off, and he will just run and now throw to first. They got him in a rundown, and throw it back to second. Luke Ray will make the tag, and I'm not exactly sure what in the heck Kellen Freese was doing. He took off to second. He must have thought that he could force a balk, but Braden Cork, way too fundamentally sound right there, as he just broke contact and did what you were supposed to do. You run right at the runner, make him make a decision, so ends up being a caught stealing there. And the tag was applied, so Cork now will go back to the stretch and has a chance to face the minimum here in the third. Pitch swung on and missed as he blew it right by Jackson Trout. The Hastings Sodbusters with a 2-0 lead, and trying to put that 0 on the board is Braden Cork with really good fundamentals from a pitching standpoint. 0-2 pitch on the way. Curveball just misses the inside corner. Pretty good looking pitch there as catcher is Tristan Byer. Sodbuster first baseman today is Tyler Sardelli. Luke Ray playing second. Josh Printer at short. Dino Morales is at third. Pop up right field. And making the call, making the catch, Cale Jensen, and Nebraska sends the minimum to the plate here in the third. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We head to the bottom half of inning number 3. It's Hastings 2 and the Prospects nothing. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com. Head to the bottom half of inning number 3. Sodbusters on top 2-0. Not only getting 2 runs, but really working the pitch count against Colton Amolka. Has now thrown 34 pitches in just 2 innings. That after a 6-pitch first. It's Steve Stein, joined by Ryan Valenta, as the Sodbusters in pretty good shape. Need to win today and now be big fans of the Spearfish Sasquatch next couple of days.
You'd love to see the guys get a few more runs back in that last second half of the inning. Josh Printer, one of the guys who definitely wanted to hit in that situation. All he can do is just get the line moving again here this third inning.
Yep, he was at the plate with the bases loaded, had your leading RBI guy up there, and like I say, I take nothing away from Danny Weiser and Fred Bond down to third. I would have tried to score from third with a potential wild pitch there, and Printer scorches this. Is it going to be fair? No. One hops the wall, 370 down the line, and he took out his frustration to about 357 right there for a loud strike.
Oh, man, that was fair. That's a home run in a lot of ballparks. And even if it's fair here, at least a double. Unfortunate here. Hopefully Josh didn't use up all of that frustration in that swing there.
Sodbusters getting a pair of runs on 2 hits against Amolka. Meanwhile, Cork getting the pickoff there, the caught stealing more accurately, is able to minimize his pitches, only threw 9 in that third inning and has now thrown 44 for the ball game. Bullpen's probably going to be involved in this one before it's all said and done. Here's the pitch. Fouled back. Printer, another mighty swing as he will get out of the box and reset himself, but he's had 2 monstrous swings against Colton Amolka.
Last 2 games of the season, what's Josh got to lose?
That's right.
He's been a contact guy through and through, but wants to show everybody, hey, I've got the pop in my bat too.
1-2 pitch. Bouncing ball left side. Did shorten his swing there. Fielded cleanly by the third baseman. Throw over is in time. A good job there for J.D. Moffitt to take care of Josh Printer. Printer was a great doubles guy in college when he was at Allen Community College down in Kansas, so certainly capable of being a power hitter, and now tied for first on the team in doubles for the Sodbusters. Here's Ryan Jarvis back in the lineup today. He's 0 for 1, grounded out his first time up. Jarvis, Saginaw Valley Stater, and need to see the folks in town for the weekend because, man, have to have somebody help you drive all the way back to Michigan. So hopefully they'll share the driving duties And I'm not sure if Ryan brought a car down, so it may just be a road trip back and he gets a chance to sleep. I don't know. 1-0, and the pitch misses inside, nearly hit him. 2-0 on Ryan Jarvis.
I think he might have, and Jeff and Stacy said, yep, we'll stay here at the weekend, but if they come up on top, extend our hotel stay, and we'll do from work from the hotel room. Love the attitude there.
Yep. And they'd have Monday off and then playoffs here, I believe, Tuesday and Wednesday before going to Casper for 3 games. But it's all got to happen just right for Hastings. Got to win today, win tomorrow, and Fremont has to lose the final 2. And the pitch is missing, so Jarvis aboard on a 4-pitch walk, 1 on, 1 out for Dino Morales. Other scenarios, well, Casper eliminated any chance that they wouldn't win the first or the second half, rather, as they clinched the second half title. So they've clinched both halves, so that means it will come down to who has the second best overall record, and there are still 3 teams alive. Fremont, 1 game up on the Sodbusters, 2 games up on Spearfish. Pitch taken on the outside corner for a strike. No balls and a strike on Dino, who was the lone strikeout victim of Colton Homolka. 2-0. Hastings on top. Homolka brings it home. Pitch a little bit low, and Homolka did not get the memo about the black hats today, as he has gone with the blue prospects hat. Or perhaps it's a tribute to his home high school, the Norris Titans. We're in the blue and red of the hometown, of the home school, I should say. 1-1 delivery. Taken high for a ball. 2 balls and a strike on Dino Morales for the Hastings Sodbusters. Went 1 for 4 on Thursday, but just 2 out of 13 now against the prospects this year. Scorches this one to center field, and that is going to be one hopping all the way out near the fence. Dino's going to stop at second. He's got a double. Jarvis comes around all the way from first, and the Sodbusters have a 3-0 lead on Dino Morales. 7th double of the year, so he's right in the hunt for the doubles title. Just 1 back now of the lead.
Kaboom there off the bats. The center fielder Freeze, no chance to grab that baseball. That one had a loud sound, and you're almost kind of just neutralized here at Duncan Field. You think, oh, a hard hit ball, somebody's going to run it down. Not that time, and thank goodness. Another run on the board for the Busters.
Sodbusters lead at 3-0. Cale Jensen at the plate now. A guy who does have a home run here at Duncan Field. Did that in his first game as a Sodbuster last season. What a special moment for him. Walked, stole the base, and scored his run the first time up for Hastings on Alexiel Delgado's double. So they're getting really good swings at Colton Homolka here in the 2nd and 3rd innings in particular. The minimum went to the plate in the first, but sending 8 to the plate in that 2nd inning, although officially ended up being just 7 after Sodbusters lost a runner on the bases. 2-0 delivery, bounced foul. 2-1 the count on Cale Jensen, and now saw Printer just scorch a foul ball. Jarvis a 4-pitch walk, and Morales hit it very hard. 2-1 the count on Cale Jensen. Central City High School grad, now at Northeast Community College, a pre-physical therapy major. Here's the delivery, taken inside, good stop at the backhand there for Corey Cozet to keep that from going back to the screen, and it's 3-1 on Jensen. For the prospects, don't want to have to go to the bullpen this early, not sure how deep they are. They do have 12 players on the roster today, that's up a couple from yesterday. And they've already kind of made a unique scoring setup. Bouncing ball by the second baseman. Dino Morales rounds third. Here comes the throw from Trout. Is going to be in plenty of time. He's got a gun. Jackson Trout. We've seen 2 really good throws, and the Sodbusters lose a base runner for the 2nd straight inning. Cale Jensen gets a single, but Dino Morales an easy out as Jackson Trout. Wow.
Yeah, Trout's not really giving a lot of depth in the outfield, and for that, he is able to come up throwing and unleashes the dart to home plate. No chance for Dino to get around it. Excellent play for the UNO product.
So Sodbusters trying to salvage the inning. They do have 1 home, but Alexiel Delgado will bat now. He doubled his last time up, a doubled here, and may have a chance to get Jensen home for first. Little high, hard one there Jackson Trout, great play out there. I mentioned the starting pitcher, Colton Homolka, actually listed as DH/pitcher. So if he comes out of the game, he will stay in and bat. That because he had a hit yesterday. That's why he was given that honor. And Homolka, a pretty good hitter back in high school. They've got a lot of pitcher-only guys, and so just trying to give them the best chance to have a guy who's at least had plate appearances in recent history. 1-0 delivery, misses for ball 2. Homolka looks skyward, not pleased with that effort. So the Sodbusters with a walk and 2 hits in the inning, but just 1 run on the board. They do own a 3-0 lead. They were left wondering what might have been last inning, and here they lose a base runner coming home. 2-0 delivery is inside for ball 3. 3-0 the count.
Definitely like the aggressiveness for Danny Weiser sending Dino there, especially with the prospects not having their best guys, but running on a Division I guys. A mistake there that Sodbusters will take into mind for the rest of the game, though.
3-0 delivery. That's high for ball 4 as the Sodbusters will have first and second at 2 outs now, and Tyler Sardelli will try to keep it going. Did a good job of keeping it rolling in that first, as you had the infield single from Fred Bond to bring home a run. They had hit batsman single and put a lot of pressure on, and we will see a visit to the mound as Gabe Shemwell comes out and talks with Colton Homolka, who's now had 55 pitches here in just the 3rd inning.
You think Gabe's a little sore today after running the base or running to first a couple times and putting some good swings on it yesterday?
It's possible, yeah. And we went back and looked, and I guess he was out at first when he was trying to run down the line. That would have been a neat moment for him. I'm sure his guys would have given him a standing O.
Yeah, 5 years in between official collegiate at bats. I mean, slow pitch softball.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a ball that you're swinging at too, but a little bit different trajectory and speed here in this league. But I'm sure Gabe's happy to have the coach's overshirt on and the helmet on today rather than an actual uniform.
And fairly animated conversation here between Shemwell and Homolka, as Colton was doing all the listening right there. So some messages have been sent, and we'll see what Tyler Sardelli can get done for the Hastings Sodbusters. Mentioned Sardelli's been a nice addition, taking the number of Sawyer Duddleston, and has done a nice job. 294 coming into today with 4 runs batted in and 3 runs scored. Went 1 for 4 with a couple of runs scored on Thursday in this series opener. 4-game series going on at Duncan Field. Down to the second to last game of the regular season. The pitch taken high for a ball, 1 ball, and no strikes. A ground out to the second baseman for Sardelli, his first time up. Runners at first and second. Decent speed with Jensen running at second. Delgado at first. A look back to second. Gale not going anywhere. Homolka breaks contact and will reset here at Duncan Field. 4:08 to straightaway center. So a ball, 1 hop the wall out in foul territory near that 370 line off the bat of Josh Printer. And Dino Morales nearly got one to the center field wall as he skied it over the head of Kellen Freese. 405 to the alleys and 367 down the right field line here at Duncan Field. 2-0 delivery, bouncer in front of home plate, could be trouble. Homolka tries to bare hand, can't field it. Bases are going to be loaded. One of those turf hits. Really nothing they could do. Had to wait for the ball to come down. Sardelli aboard on the infield single. And the Sodbusters have him loaded for the second straight inning, trying to make it hurt with Fred Bond coming to the plate.
Sardelli keeps on hitting his 6th hit now, and 4-game hitting streak coming on for Tyler now, and Fred Bond would love to get in on another hit here and driving a few runs there, but Homolka do or die play, nothing much he could have done.
Infield single and an RBI the last time for Fred Bond, who takes inside for ball 1, but then he was involved in the 3rd out of the inning. It's just terrible luck on a ball that was apparently wild pitch. Should be easy to get home from 3rd. It took a perfect hop almost all the way back to the plate for Kozad, who made the tag himself, didn't have to run it down and throw it anywhere. He just waited for it to come right back, and Bond was an easy out at home. Fred fouls the pitch away. 1 ball and 1 strike on Fred Bond for the Hastings Sodbusters. Former Scottsdale Community College artichoke still weighing his next college plan. 1-1 the count and the pitch. Taken upstairs. He's had a couple of unique mascots. Originally going to Kansas out of high school. So the Jayhawks and the Artichokes. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Sodbusters with 1 on the board so far, and the pitch is upstairs for a ball, 3-1. Fred can certainly be patient here. Homolka in danger of walking a run home, now at 60 pitches. The vast majority of those coming the last 2 innings, as he had to throw only 6 pitches in the first. 3-1 delivery. Misses for ball 4, a second straight at bat that produces an RBI for Fred Bond. And the Sodbusters lead it 4-0 as Jensen scores. Delgado ends up at third, Sardelli at second, and Tristan Beyer, who was hit by a pitch his last time up, comes up with a chance to bust this baby wide open.
Good job by Fred of keeping patient at the plate. You know, you want to be the guy that has that 2 or maybe 3 RBI double, but just keeping the line moving and even driving a run home in the process is the way to go.
And Beyer stands in. He's first pitch swinging and fouls it back. No balls and a strike on Tristan Beyer for the Hastings Sodbusters. Plays at Northeast Community College, a North Platte guy. 1 for 11 coming into today. Went 0 for 4 on Thursday, but did score 2 runs. The Sodbusters have won the first 2 games of the series, 10-2 and 14-3. Pitch misses, and overall this year now, Hastings has won 6 out of 7. They're hitting .302 against the Prospects managing just 178. Hastings averaging a 7-3 win every time these teams take the field. 1-1 delivery. Pitch misses for ball 2, 2-1. Hastings team ERA against the Prospects, 3.09. And we've seen the Prospects ERA balloon to 4.96 with the last 2 double-digit games. Big swing, no contact, 2-2 the count now on Beyer as he has to battle here. The base is full of Sodbusters. 2 runs home in the inning, a pair of 2-run innings. So yesterday, Sodbusters scored in 7 of their 8 at-bats. Didn't have any huge innings, but just kept piling on, if you will. 2-2 pitch. Beauty. At the top of the zone on the off-speeder, and Beyer could not pull the trigger. He is a strikeout victim, but the Sodbusters score 2 more, and they lead it 4-0 as we head to the 4th. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
At the 4th inning, the Hastings Sodbusters have a 4-0 lead. A pair of 2-run innings in the 2nd and 3rd to give a little breathing room to Braden Cork. And Cork, 44 pitches thrown, has allowed no runs on 2 hits, struck out 2, and walked 1. And he faces the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for the Prospects. As all Hastings can do is win the 2 games and then hope that Spearfish can get it done. And Spearfish more than capable of beating Fremont. Had another one of those slugfest kind of games in Spearfish yesterday. And Fremont, not a great hitting team, but they found a way to get their offense going down the stretch, and they put up double digits in a 12-9 win over the Sasquatch. Casper, meanwhile, making sure that there would be no other second-half winners. They clinched with an 8-4 win over Oahe, so they won both halves. That means the second playoff spot will be the team with the second-best overall record.
Try this one on for size, Steve. 5-0 Spearfish after the first inning.
Woo, hallelujah for that, but we know it's
yep,
not over.
Nowhere near over.
Not over at that park. Pitch misses for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Jacob Perrin. How fun would it be to come to the ballpark tomorrow with a chance? With all you want's the chance, right? 1-0 delivery and swung on and missed 1 ball and 1 strike on Jacob Perrin. Perrin, fielder's choice grounder to end the first inning. He is 0 for 1. Stands in the right-handed box. Perrin, pretty good against Hastings this year. 7 out of 17. and takes the pitch a little bit low. 2 balls and 1 strike on Perrin. Perrin with 2 multi-hit games, including yesterday. 2 for 5, an RBI, and a stolen base. Also had a 2-hit game back in a doubleheader on June 22nd when he tripled and knocked home 1. Pretty good in this series. He had a hit on Thursday, so 3 out of 8 coming into today for Jacob Perrin. And the count 3-1 his way is Braden Cork trying to bring one over and avoid his second walk of the day. Big swing, no contact, 3-2 now on Perrin. Yeah, Cork has gone games where he has been so solid with no walks. And then there's been a few where he hasn't had his pinpoint control. 3-2 delivery and does issue the leadoff walk for the second straight inning. But the Sodbusters do have a 4-0 lead. Here's Trent Berry. Berry, fielder's choice grounder, his last time up, as the Sodbusters do have a 4-0 lead. 4 runs, 3 hits. 4 runs and 6 hits for the Hastings Sodbusters. No runs, 2 hits for the Nebraska Prospects. Pitch is right there for a strike. No balls and 1 strike on Trent Berry, who is the beer batter today. And I believe the official numbers, I never checked with you on the final Fremont game back on July 18th.
Was that the first or the last game?
Last game.
Let's scroll back in the scorebook here.
Bouncing ball foul, and this, I should have prepared ahead of time.
Miles Meadows did not strike out.
Okay, so officially 17-12 in beer batter games this year for the Hastings Sodbusters. And you're saying, well, that doesn't add up. There's not enough home games. No beer batter in Grand Island again. So that's so you have to keep it official. They did not serve the alcoholic beverages in the 2 games up at Ryder Park. 0-2 the count. Trent Berry trying to keep it going. And the delivery. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Josh Printer's got it. Steps on the bag. Throws to first. Double play. Leadoff walk erased for the second straight inning. Last time it was a caught stealing. This time 6-3 twin killing. 2 outs. Nobody on for Corey Kozad.
Not a strikeout, but that is probably the better outcome of that at-bats. Twin killer double play. Bases empty, 2 outs.
Corey Kozad singled his first time up. Sodbusters with the lead here, 4-0. And trying to face the minimum for the second straight inning is Braden Cork. Puts the pitch over for a strike. No balls and a strike on Kozad. Kozad was erased on a grounder his last time up after he singled. As the pitch is in the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike on Corey Kozad. Kozad, 2 for 16 against the Sodbusters coming into today, so that hit a rarity. Gets his 3rd hit of the season, just hitting 125 against the Sodbusters for the year. Scored a couple of runs, and 0 for 6 in this series before that single back in the second. 2-1 the count, 2 outs. Sodbusters lead at 4-0, trying to keep their playoff hopes alive, and early returns, awfully fun in Spearfish. Bouncing ball, a foul ball back to the screen, 2-2 on Corey Kozad. A Spearfish win, and tomorrow's game will mean something if the Sodbusters go on to win this one. 2-2 with 2 outs. Braden Cork winds and delivers. Inside, nearly hit him. Bounces away from Tristan Byer, and 3-2 the count now on Kozad. Braden Cork, Millard North, Northeast Community College. It'll be interesting to see where his next college stop is, if he has a solid year for the Hawks this coming season. 3-2 pitch. Fouled away. Kozad stays alive. A lot of guys who are going to be trying to make a name for themselves at Northeast, including Cale Jensen, trying to catch some eyes and find that next college stop. 3-2 with 2 outs. Cork shakes off a couple of signs and brings home the payoff pitch. Line drive, right at Ray, the second baseman, no problem. And indeed, the minimum comes to the plate. No runs, no hits, nobody left. Head of the bottom half of inning number 4. It's 4-0 Hastings. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Really good crowd at Duncan Field watching the Sodbusters build an early 4-0 lead. You'll have one more chance in the regular season tomorrow if you're in the Hastings area to come out and see Hastings and the Nebraska Prospects, as Hastings getting a lot of guys to the plate each of the last 2 innings, scoring 2 each inning, but stranding 5. Like the offense, though, just keep it going and try to add on. Luke Ray, top of the order, coming up for Hastings against Homolka as they've worked the pitch count down. He's up to 68. He had 6 in the first inning, 34 through 2, and then doubled that with 34 more pitches in the third. He is out there, and the Sodbusters inevitably going to get to that Prospects bullpen, and they're a little bit shorthanded anyway, so you like your chances.
Yeah, a lot of high-stress pitches, especially allowing the 2 runs each in the second and the third innings. Doesn't have too many more pitches left in the tank. Homolka ideally could get through 2, maybe 3 more innings if he's lucky. But what the Sodbusters want to do is just keep chipping away, get to that bullpen, and hopefully blow this thing open to keep the good times rolling.
Because more than likely, Hastings will be going to the bullpen before this is said and done. 60 pitches thrown for Braden Cork through 4, so he's probably, well, in a perfect world, maybe 3 more innings for him. If he can get through 7, give yourself a relatively comfortable lead down the stretch and let the bullpen finish it off as the first pitch is across for a strike. No balls, 1 strike on Luke Ray. Ray with a single his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Has been on base twice. He reached on an error back in the first. Colton Homolka, Norris grad, brings home the pitch, and it's grounded on the right side. Stopped by the first baseman, making his way to the bag. Out. Playing first base for the first time since high school, Carson Obrecht. It was a little bit of an adventure, but a good job for Carson to hang in there and step on the bag for out number 1.
Oh, man, that was an adventure to say the least. Stumbled a little bit and jogged up, Ray deciding to dive in head first, just ahead of the first baseman.
Pitcher-only guy. His dad is actually the owner of the Nebraska Prospects and called to the field today. Printer's first pitch swinging, pops it up. Obrecht may have another chance, but now this one will reach the seats fairly comfortably. So foul ball into a full grandstands down the first base line. Great crowd here. I'll tell you what, Ryan Valenta, it's pretty packed.
I mean, Sodbusters playing a meaningful game. 2 games left in the season. It's a Saturday night. Where else would you want to be?
Hallelujah. Temperatures in the 80s. A little bit of a breeze coming in from right center. This is baseball weather in July. No balls and a strike on Josh Printer. A couple of ground outs. 5-3 last time. Grounded into a 6-4-3 double play back in the first. Josh Printer leading this team in quite a few offensive categories down the stretch. 1-1 delivery. Taken outside for a ball. As Printer mentioned the fact that he leads the team in doubles, RBIs, runs scored, also leads the team in walks. 2-1 pitch on the way. Hard hit ball, and he's in the hit column today. 1 for 3. 1 on, 1 out for Ryan Jarvis.
Tattooed that baseball, and you know Josh maybe still a little bit salty about not getting to hit with the bases loaded back in that second inning for the Sodbusters, and with that hit, 6 consecutive for Printer.
Ryan Jarvis, the rehab medicine major in college, pre-physical therapy for him. So Ryan Jarvis, left-handed hitter, will step in to that box, and Jarvis walked to get the third inning rolling for real, and he scorches this one to right field. Could be trouble, just foul. Talk about the fact that Trout's playing fairly shallow out there, and Jarvis nearly had one down into the corner for a double and maybe a triple. No balls and a strike on Ryan Jarvis. Guy who likes to hit here at home. 296 coming into today, but 322 at Duncan Field. He's got a home run, leads the team with 3 triples. Close to the team lead in runs batted in. That's certainly not decided heading into the final 2 games of the regular season. A lot of guys in the hunt. Off speed across. Homolka, really good looking pitch there, and Jarvis going to have to battle down 0-2. Printer at first, 1 man out. Sodbusters with the 4-0 lead. And the delivery, swing and a foul ball. Nope, it was in the dirt, and strike 3. First base occupied, no chance to run. Jarvis is a strikeout victim.
Good bounce back for Homolka after giving up a scorching foul ball on the first swing for Jarvis and getting him out and making him swing at a bad ball there.
And for Homolka, has got 3 strikeouts to go along with 4 walks in the contest. Sodbusters see if they can get something done with 2 outs. Been pretty good with 2 outs during this nice winning streak. Dino Morales would take a carbon copy of his last at bat when he hit a double over the center fielder's head. Here's one into the turf. That bounces way up, and no problem for Printer to get down to second base. Runner in scoring position with 2 outs now for Morales. Dino struck out his first time up, but nice redemption as he got it almost all the way to the wall after skying it over the center fielder's head. Kellen Freese. Off speed, did not catch the inside corner. It goes to 2 balls and a strike on Dino Morales for the Hastings Sodbusters, the York University product. 2-1 delivery, same pitch, same call, 3-1 the count. As Jason Seitz working behind the plate, Daniel Roth, the field umpire, 2-man crew during the regular season. Love to see if they bring in an extra umpire for the playoffs. If the Sodbusters can find a way to get there, still a chance. 2 games left in the regular season. 3-1 delivery on the way. Morales a mighty swing, no contact, 3-2 now on Dino.
Went with the breaking ball 3-1 there, and Morales was looking for the fastball.
Getting to the time of night where it's not comfortable to be a left side infielder or an outfielder. Sun really playing a factor as Homolka making sure Printer stays close at second. Wheeled, but no one cutting back to the bag. Printer a moderate lead at second base. Looks like he maybe could get another step or 2 if he would want to. 3-2 delivery. Close, but ball 4. Dino Morales will keep the line moving here, and you like the fact that you get Cale Jensen and at bat here with 2 men out, and Jensen's been aboard twice and swinging a very hot bat.
Excellent eye by Dino. That one borderline there, really too close to take in my opinion, but he guessed right.
25 runs batted in for Jensen, right on the heels of Josh Printer, and could bring Printer home right here. Takes the first pitch out of the zone. 1 ball and no strikes. A walk, a stolen base, a run scored back in the second, a single, a run scored in the third for Cale Jensen. He's been on base twice. Sodbusters lead at 4-0, trying to score for the 3rd straight inning. Going to take a 2-out hit to get it done. That pitch a little bit inside as the runners will advance. Printer rounds third. Catcher will run it down. Kozad plenty of time to get back there. That was 4 feet behind Cale Jensen.
Not close.
2-0.
Just a bit inside. Or is it outside since it went behind him? Can you even call that inside anymore since it's not even in front of Jensen? Man, yeah, you don't see misses like that too often.
Not in college ball. 2-0 the count from a guy who's pretty good, Colton Homolka. Going to be a pretty good college pitcher. This one's in the turf. It's back to the screen. Oh, no, it hit him. Unfortunate for the Sodbusters. That's terrible luck. It's twice they've had something happen at home plate that has not gone their way. That was going to be a run, but it just caught Jensen, and now it looks like there's going to be a pitching change forthcoming, perhaps, or Shemwell's going to certainly come out, and there will be a pitching change. So that'll be the end of the day, pitching-wise, for Colton Homolka. Sodbusters, another bases-loaded chance here in the 4th. When we come back, this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
86 pitches thrown for Colton Amolka. He cannot complete the fourth inning, though, as he goes 3 2/3, allowing 4 runs so far, 7 hits, walking 5 and striking out 3. Leaves him loaded. Huge opportunity for the Hastings Sodbusters as J.T. Roy comes in for the prospects out of Iowa Lakes Community College. He's an Elkhorn South guy. 0-1, a 4.75 ERA, making his 9th appearance in 17 1/3. He's allowed 17 runs, 12 of them earned, 22 hits, 15 strikeouts, 12 walks. For the 3rd straight inning, the Sodbusters load the bases. Mixed results. You had that 2nd inning wacky play when the Sodbusters had a certain run taken away on a potential wild pitch that bounced right back to the catcher, and Fred Bond was gunned down. Then the Sodbusters left them loaded in the 3rd. Now, they got 2 runs each of those innings. This would be particularly painful because they haven't scored yet, so it'll be up to Alexiel Delgado. And just the previous play, what would have been a wild pitch just caught Cale Jensen. Printer would have scored easily from 3rd. Instead, he had to go back on the hit batsman, so that's why we have the bases loaded and 2 outs.
Well, it's definitely an advantage or a situation that the Sodbusters will have to take advantage of here. Not much you can do about it besides get in the box if you're Alexiel Delgado and maybe drive 2 home. You might have gotten 1, maybe get 2 here and show never a doubt.
Well, Alexiel Delgado, a guy you kind of like to have at the plate, a double so far and a walk for him in his 2 at-bats. Drove home a run back in inning number 2. And just about anything would get a run home here, as the first pitch to Alexiel is low for a ball, and he can also be patient. He did draw a walk his last time up, and a walk would score another run for the Sodbusters as they try to add on now against the Prospects bullpen. 1-0 delivery. Big swing, no contact, was going after that gap for a double right there. Instead, it's 1-1. May have gone after ball 2. It would have been up in the zone, but not cheated on that swing. Alexiel Delgado's been seeing it really well as he's raised his average here to 256, and he's doing very well at Duncan Field. 300 on the home field this year. He's at that mark probably for the first time this year. 2-1, and the pitch low for ball 3. It's 3-1 with no place to put Alexiel Delgado, and J.T. Roy needs to bring it over. 4-0. Hastings on top, trying to score for the 3rd straight inning and for the 10th time in 12 innings the last 2 days. 3-1 pitch. Delgado swings. It's in the air to left and playable. Looking up into the sun, getting underneath it. Making the catch is Jacob Perrin, and after all of that, no damage done. No runs, 2 hits, 3 men left. We head to the 5th inning. It's Hastings 4 and Nebraska nothing. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Head to the fifth inning, the Hastings Sodbusters lead it 4-0. Let's turn it back over to Ryan Valenta.
Thank you, Steve. That 4-0 lead, and that's courtesy of a couple of two-run innings in the second and the third innings. Sodbusters getting some hits strung together, but spoiling a chance in their last at-bat just a few moments ago, stranding the bases loaded. Unfortunate happening there, but you will hopefully get another 0 from Braden Cork. Braden Cork, he has pitched 4 scoreless innings so far, looking for inning number 5. And just like the prospect starter, Cork's pitch count up there a little bit, 60 pitches, so definitely probably around the average of where you want to be. Just barring a big inning, you hope at least Cork can go 5, maybe 6 innings and turn it over to maybe 1 or 2 guys in the bullpen to finish things out. J.D. Moffitt, Colton Homolka, Carson Obrecht are the 3 scheduled hitters due up in this inning. The righty's first pitch swung on, hit to the left side. Dino's got it at third, unloads the gun, and it is corralled at first base for the first out of the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out for the Busters.
I just wouldn't even want to try to catch a ball thrown by Dino Morales. I mean, it's coming. It is coming.
Well, the good part about it is usually, it's so fast. It's on such a good line. You can almost see, all right, it's coming at this line. I'm going to hold my glove here. Oh, it's in the glove. Very nice. There's a swing and a miss by Colton Homolka, who is now out of the game as the pitcher, but remains in the game as the designated hitter. That's what he was scheduled to do. Swings and misses, a half-hard swing there, and it's 0-2. Homolka 0 for 1. Tonight, he struck out against Cork in the second inning, and a strike away from doing the same thing. Shows bunts, tries to foul it off, and strikes out. Interesting. Homolka wanted no part of swinging the bat with 2 strikes, and he bunt strikes out for strike 3.
They may pinch hit for the designated hitter before this baby's all said and done. Again, you got some pitcher-only guys, and Homolka one of those, and overmatched, as you say, against Braden Cork.
It's Carson Obrecht now with 2 up and 2 down. 4 straight retired for Braden Cork. Obrecht struck out looking in the second inning, and he fouls off the first pitch off of either him or Byer behind the plate, and he'll step back in. Cork very efficient so far. High and tight, just barely for ball 1. It's 1-1. Prospects with just 2 hits tonight. Their offense has been pretty lackluster both nights. 2 kind of garbage time 9th inning runs in game 1 of the series. There are 3 runs. Last night, they got 1 right away, and then their last 2 didn't come until late. Line drive to right field, going over is Jensen. He measures it up, puts it away. 3 up, 3 down, and a 8-pitch inning for Braden Cork here in this 5th inning. Busters lead it 4-0. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 5th.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com.
Bottom of the 5th inning at Duncan Field. Ryan Valenta, Steve Stein bringing you game 3 of 4 between the Hastings Sodbusters and the Nebraska Prospects. So far, so good for the good guys. 4-0. 7 hits for the Busters, 2 hits for the Prospects. JT Roy finishing up his warm-up pitches. He will go out for his first full inning of work. Roy came on in the bottom half of the 4th inning, and he came on to retire a few batters as Colton Homolka could not finish off the 4th inning. And a correction, Roy only faced one batter. That was Alexiel Delgado in the 4th inning, who he retired on a fly ball. Just a third of the inning pitched. And we will go to JT Roy. And then Tyler Sardelli will lead things off. Fred Bond and Tristan Byer will be the first 3 hitters here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 4-0 ball game. Tristan Byer leads off. And we will have our 5th inning guest Scott Galusha in here. Scott, second to last game at Duncan Field. How are we doing tonight?
Good. Great crowd, nice people. We're off to a pretty good start, although we had plenty of opportunities to break this one wide open. We got to take advantage of those, but playing well, so good start.
And you mentioned a good night at the ballpark. How about the crowd here tonight? It's one of the fullest crowds we've seen this season.
Yeah, really. This is as many people as I've seen maybe in a couple years. Nice. So it's really nice to see people coming out. I think I'll have to check for sure, but I think we're around 800, which is a
very cool
nice number tonight. So we got some groups out there to help it out a little bit, but there's just a lot of people at the game, and it's nice to see pretty quite a bit of people in every section. It's nice.
It is, and
beautiful night.
Especially still playing meaningful baseball too. With the win last night, still have a chance here. You're looking at another game, but I mean, night and day difference from last year. Really good to see, and just being able to have a chance for the playoffs.
Sure,
Pitch just misses 2-2.
You know, we've talked about this before in the previous 31 games, I guess, something like that. It's not the most important thing we do, but it sure is nice. I feel like we can get the quality of kids that we get and still win. And so it's nice to see us do that. And to play meaningful games at the end of the year is nice, and it's nice to see all the people come out and cheer us on.
So, Scott, we didn't get a chance to catch up with you yesterday. You had some other softball obligations.
Yeah, softball. I coached girls softball at Grand Island High School, and we had a freshman state team playing down there, so I went and watched. We went 2-1 in pool play. So that was nice to go down there and see them. There's not a lick of shade down there where we were playing. It's nice to change gears a little bit. I surely missed being here, but it was nice to go support my girls, and they played well over the weekend.
Very good. Tristan Byer grounds out to the shortstop Trent Berry for out number 1. And Fred Bond will be next up at bat. 4-0 ball game, and we will see Fred Bond, who's got a single and a walk. And good to see Fred break out. And Scott, this guy who's been with Sodbusters before.
Yeah.
Been a little light hitting at the plate too, but he seems like he's having a good time back in his second season.
Yeah, it's nice to have Fred. Fred came out here right out of high school, so that would have been 3 years ago now. And he was kind of the big chip guy on his shoulder, was recruited on Division I school, and then the coaching carousel took its place. And so he's been a couple different places, and we're looking for a place to play. And Fred does a nice job. He's not hitting the ball as well as obviously he wants to, but he does a good job behind the plate, and he's a good teammate, which is always going to serve him well.
Check swing did not go, according to Daniel Roth down in the field. Fred's ahead in the count 2-1, and Steve and I have been talking. It's kind of the dangerous spot where the sunlights rather, are playing some tricks on the left side of the infield. One just misses.
There's about 40 minutes, and that's from about 7:45 till about somewhere around 8:30. It's pretty bad over there in left field, and even third base. That sun comes right through the concourse there, and it's just difficult. So
Fred Bond earns ball 4, and he is on base for the 3rd time tonight. 1 for 1 with a single and 2 walks, and also 2 runs driven in. And Tristan Byer will bat. Tristan Byer, one of the Northeast Community College guys, also got a lot of Arkansas Tech guys. They're a secret contract. We got to have X amount of Hawks and Wonder Boys on the team every year. That's what Steve and I have been joking about.
Well, here I can explain. I'll tell you what that is.
Sure.
I have a lot of trust in Marcus Clapp, and I would call Marcus a friend of mine at Northeast Community College. Get out of there. Yep.
Oh, a boot job by the third baseman, J.D. Moffitt, and you can't blame him. He's mainly a pitcher. Sodbusters will get the hit there, or get the base runner there, rather. It's 2 on, 2 out.
He's going to be mad. He was a nice infielder in high school. He knows what he's doing over there.
That could have been a double play, perhaps, but instead it's 2 on and 1 out.
Yeah, and so Marcus Clapp is a good friend of mine, and he understands what we're about, and so I don't even question him. He said, "Oh, how about these 4 kids?" I said, "Go." So he knows what we are about in terms of the quality of kids we get, and so Marcus sends us a handful every year, and we're really appreciative to that. And then, of course, Dave Dawson down in Russellville. Dave's son was our first player. He wasn't even playing for him at the time.
Oh, wow.
Cole was a shortstop. He was a JUCO Gold Glove winner. There was only one of those, and he was a shortstop, played for us a couple years ago. And since then, we've got a couple guys to go down there to school with them, and then he just sends me up an army of guys every time, and don't question them because they're good quality kids. Does a great job down there at the program, almost always in the playoffs, and so we know we're going to have a handful of Northeast Community College guys and a handful of Wonder Boys.
Wild pitch down into the dirt. Bond moves to third, Byer to second. And good to see, too, those guys have provided a lot of offense and defense to this team. I mean, with 1 game left tomorrow, in the next season, you could almost argue right around the corner. Do you already have guys that we can expect to come back, or when do you usually get commitments from guys to come back or commit to next season?
Well, first of all, we've extended about 5 offers for guys to come back.
Okay.
And none of these kids are in a position to say they can or can't go. We do ask them if they're interested, and we're 5 for 5 in terms of the interest. Hey, there's just another quality at bat by Luke Ray.
Absolutely.
Again, that goes down as 4-3, but that's understanding what your job is up there, and he does such a good job at that, not only with us but with Arkansas Tech as well. And so I met his parents today. His parents are in town,
nice.
Which is cool, and so that's neat. But yeah, so we start every year. We start with Northeast Community College, we start with Arkansas Tech, and then we fill in the pieces after that.
Very good. It's now 5-1 or 5-0 ball game. Make it 6-0. Single back up the middle for Josh Printer. And we talked about it earlier. Printer, he was very frustrated that Fred Bond got caught stealing on a very tough play. He really wanted to hit, but the captain, he has bounced back since with 2 consecutive singles.
Was that the play where he got thrown out at home?
The bases loaded and a pitch back to the screen. Bond tried to steal.
Yeah.
And that was in the second inning.
I saw that from a distance as I was answering questions on a 3-0 pitch too. So maybe not the best opportunity to go there. But then again, that's not really a coach's play. That's kind of an instinctual play. And when you read that to the backstop, a lot of times it's, unless you've said to him before, we're not going to take any chances. So we understand that. By the way, did you notice that Lou is back?
Yes, Leo.
Yep, Leo. I call him Lou.
Yep, I noticed there was a guy in an arm cast down there, and I asked Andy before the game, who's the guy in the cast? And he said that was Leo Sarnataro, and he had tore or injured his UCL, UCL in that series against Milwaukee, so the reason he went home. But, Arkansas Tech Wonder Boy spending the rest of the summer back.
Yep,
super
and
cool.
He's asked me 3 times today if he can come back. So,
awesome.
But that's really what we think is so cool about what we do and why we do it. It's a family thing. And
interesting play there. Josh Printer caught off first base, decides to take second. The throw from the catcher Kozad not good, and he's able to take second.
Well, I think that went through Jarvis's legs.
It almost did. It was close there.
So that's why I think Printer took off, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm in trouble." And again, baseball IQ says my better chance is to make him catch and throw the ball again. So
ground ball just foul beyond the first base side. Jarvis trying to sneak it inside the right field line to drive home another run. 6 runs, 9 hits for the Hastings Sodbusters. No runs, 2 hits for the Prospects. And this game is important as ever. Sodbusters showing up here in this first half of the ball game.
Have you been paying attention?
It was 5-0 last time I checked.
Still 5-0, bottom of the third up in Spearfish. So
that is a good game.
For all of you that are listening, if you don't already know, we still have a chance. And matter of fact, I think we have as good a chance as anybody. We've got to have some help from Spearfish. We win twice, Spearfish wins twice, and we get to play extra baseball.
How about another run here? Jarvis singles. The throw from Trout from right field is there. Out at the plate. Printer is tagged out. That is the 3rd outfield assist of the game for Jackson Trout already. And don't run on him. My goodness.
That was a good throw.
Very good.
And bang play. I thought he was out.
Very close.
Yep, I thought he was out, but That's okay. I know he tried to sneak the hand in there, but I thought he got him in a good throw. So it is what it is, but I thought he was out. And I don't mind taking the chance on that one.
Yes.
But it is disappointing that we've had 3 guys thrown at home already in 5 innings. So that's not very good. So.
Aggressive are the Sodbusters, who take a 6-run lead into the 6th inning. We'll keep you here for another half inning, Scott, if that's all right.
That's fine. I'm going to give you a little crap, though, because last time we were here, we talked for 2 innings, and you said you needed a break. So you want to run a commercial and take a break?
I do not.
Okay, all right, good.
I'm ready.
I don't want to bobble the ship. So.
Working some of those solo games, and I'm already out of water too. So
we can fix that.
Yep, I've got some friends in the stands tonight too, and
that's right. I met them all today, actually.
Good.
Yep.
Well, they don't know it yet, they know what they're going to be doing in on-field contest, but they don't know they're going to be doing the Dizzy Bat Race tonight.
Oh, they don't know that yet?
Nope. They know they're down for something in the 7th inning, but that's all they know.
Gotcha. Well, I met them all today. Nice people.
Very good.
So it was good. It was good to see them, and I happened to be down there and got a chance to meet them, so that was good.
Yep. Wyatt's he's a former Doane College guy. Played some ball with their JV squad, and they're both Lincoln High graduates, just like yourself.
We talked to
Awesome.
I talked to him about that a little bit. Lincoln High guy, and actually I went to Doane for 3 years. Played golf at Doane.
Oh, nice.
So I mean, they don't play at Tuxedo Park anymore, but that's where me and all my buddies were down there playing baseball. My friend Todd Sandberg and Justin Kuntz, my 2 longtime buddies, played baseball down there at Doane. So I spent a lot of time down there on the field down there. So I know exactly what that's about.
Well, just a little bit more of a small world before we dive too deep in the rabbit hole. My grandma lives in Creets, and backyard to her house, there's a walking trail right to Doane College. So very familiar with Creets. Super cool.
My good friend Justin Kuntz went down there. He's from Lincoln, went to school with him, and great athlete. But he's a lawyer. He met a Crete girl and never left. He lives down there in Crete and is a lawyer.
Funny how life works like that.
Yes, it does.
So Braden Cork's back out for his 6th inning of work, and leading off is Kellen Freeze. Braden Cork, he's at 68, now 69 pitches. He threw an 8-pitch inning on a 1-2-3 inning last pitch, and I assume this is one of the guys maybe you want to extend an offer to come back next year.
Oh yeah. I talked to his mom and dad today too. He's been really good, and again, the great part about it, he says all she could say is how much he's enjoyed his experience, and that's really
awesome.
That means everything, and you don't always see that on the broadcast. We don't always see that on the road, but our kids, we didn't have any problems. We got a full roster. We still got guys that want to play. We still got guys that are mad if they're not in the lineup, and that's really good after 50 games, 51 games in the heat of Nebraska. So we're very fortunate. We got a good group of kids, and I know we got to get a little bit lucky, but it sure would be nice to see these guys get an opportunity to compete for the trophy, because I think, and again, nothing against Casper. I know they're a little bit banged up right now because they've had an incredible year, but I tell you what, whoever wins this race between these 3 teams is my choice to win the whole thing, just because I just think they're playing a little bit better. I think we got a little confidence right now, and good start.
Good start indeed. Kellen Freeze, the Centura native, grounds out. He walked in the first time up in the 3rd inning, so he's now 0 for 1. The leadoff out for Braden Cork, and very important for him to keep his pitch count limited. He could definitely at least finish this inning and maybe come out for the 7th inning.
Yeah, I think at this point he'll probably will go 7, because then he's going to be off Sunday. Providing I'm still thinking we're going to get there. So he's off Sunday, he's off Monday, he's off Tuesday, he's off Wednesday, and then he gets the ball on Friday at Casper.
Yep, so how it works is that Tuesday and Wednesday, it's the team that's not Casper.
Yep.
And then the other day off, line drive. Dino! You betcha, the magnets. The ball magnet. Paul Schuyler's looking at, are you kidding me? I can't hit it any harder than that. And he has to go back to the dugouts. Wow.
Hey, a lot of that's pre-pitch. I mean, Dino's moving his feet. He's 1-2 ready. He's ready to go, and that he didn't have time to do a whole lot, but he got one step to his glove side and made a nice play.
Jackson Trout led off his first at-bat with a single. He flew out his second time, 1 for 2, one of the Division I guys from UNO on this Nebraska Prospects team. And
Jackson Trout was signed to play with us last year.
Really?
Yep, he was signed to play with us.
Dang.
And had a visit with him, and then he just decided he wanted to play with the prospects, so that's okay. We're hats off to him. Had a nice conversation. I didn't know he was back here today. I would have said something to him, but last year we had a lot of nice conversations. And that makes sense. He's from a JUCO in Colorado. I can't remember for sure what it is, but he does a nice job.
He's a Papillion native, so probably a little bit closer. I mean, you're travel only your summer, but I mean, headquarters in that metro area. He's now facing a 3-1 count to Cork with the bases empty and 2 outs.
And these two have faced each other before, I guarantee it.
And it's ball 4 downstairs.
I hate walks.
Walks, and especially 2-out bases empty walks.
Yeah.
Not a lot of fun. That's Cork's 3rd walk tonight, but he still enjoys a 6-0 lead. Jacob Perrin comes to the plate with one of those walks. So with season winding down, Scott, anything else we need to know about the Sodbusters, or anything coming out to Duncan Field tonight or tomorrow with the season potentially coming to an end?
Well, we'll surely have whatever we have left here in the next couple days. We usually will discount that, whether it's merchandise. We'll have all kinds of food specials tomorrow, too, to try to clean as many things out as we can. And we're doing a pretty good job getting rid of some beer today, and hopefully we'll continue to do that. So we're just excited. You know, we always want to play banana ball, but we'd much rather play meaningful baseball than play around. Got him.
Out at second base, you bet.
Hey, that play was made.
Oh, man.
Did you see Luke? Luke didn't act like the ball was coming to the last second.
Luke Ray with a little bit of a deke. Dino throws it away, and right second at the last second, bam, smack on the tag.
Yep.
And the prospects run themselves out of the inning on the bases. Scott, who do we got to say hi to before we?
Well, first of all, my wife's here, which is nice. I hope, my mom and dad are listening, I'm sure. So hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Stayed with them last night. It's good to see them. Kenny, Cassandra, and Cal in Omaha. Allie in Omaha as well. And then Maddie, talked to Maddie today in Hadley, Massachusetts. And then, of course.
Was it her birthday the other day?
It was Allie's birthday the other day. Yep, she was 22. That's the baby. So, and then Amanda and Jared and Jake and Amelia, who I call my bestie, the youngest one, was born in January. So she's about 7 months old. So,
awesome.
Yep, so hi to everybody. One more game to go. Hopefully not. Hopefully we get to play Monday or Tuesday and Wednesday, but we'll see. And Ryan, appreciate everything you guys do.
Absolutely.
You guys are great. And we'll see you tomorrow night and hopefully Tuesday and Wednesday.
Hope to see you tomorrow as well, Scott. Appreciate it. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 6th inning.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate wood bat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Welcome back to Sodbuster Baseball. We're here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Thank you to Mr. Do-It-All, Scott Galusha, for joining us for an inning. And with one more game left, we'll hear some final thoughts from Scott tomorrow, at least for a while. Sodbusters still looking for that second half playoff spot. Dino Morales set to lead things off against JT Roy. His second full inning of work, Dino fouls it off. Dino threw the ball away in the final batter of the inning last inning, but heck of a play by Tyler Sardelli and Luke Ray to get the Sodbusters out of the inning. Pitch high and tight, 3 balls and 1 strike to Dino Morales tonight. 1 for 2 with an RBI double in the 3rd inning. Here's the 3-1 from Roy. That hits him right in the ribs, and that one's not going to feel good. Ball 4 regardless, but the painful way, Dino's on at first base. Ouch.
I was just thinking when Dino made that great catch on the line drive, how much I enjoy watching him play third base. And if I would have been on the air talking about, man, he's my favorite third baseman, maybe the best third baseman, and then one play later, that baby was way off.
I think he was just trying to unleash the cannon of all cannons, and that cannon was unfortunately a little bit wild, but the Sodbusters fortunate enough to take advantage of that wild throw. He's at first base for Cale Jensen. Ground ball to Skyler at second. Flip to second. It's dropped. An error on Trent Berry, who had the ball in his glove and did not squeeze it. What could have been a double play, it's now first and second with nobody out.
Sodbusters trying to add more here. Tack on runs. It's a weird dynamic. The Sodbusters 6 runs on the board, but through 5 innings, stranding 9 and losing 3 base runners. I mean, what could this game be if the Sodbusters would have had some monster hits or just scored everybody that could have scored at home?
Yeah, Jackson Trout throwing out a couple of guys at home. Sodbusters stranding the bases loaded in 2 innings, exactly right. Got to put the nail in the coffin right here. Alexiel Delgado trying to do that here. Prime opportunity here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch from Roy, outside corner, shaves it off for a strike. Delgado tonight with an RBI double in the 2nd inning, and that got home the game's first run. Since then, he has walked and flown out. Pitch hit in the air to the gap, left center field, falling fast in no man's land. It's down for a hit. Sliding attempt by Jacob Perrin, who tries he may, can't make the play. A blooper of a base hit for Alexiel Delgado. Another multi-hit game for Lex.
Instead of the Sodbusters basically having the minimum come to the plate, talk about a game of inches, now they have the bases loaded, nobody out. The double play that wasn't turned, and very nearly a great play by their left fielder Parrott. Instead, the Sodbusters a chance to blow this baby wide open.
Bases loaded, nobody out. You need at least one here for sure. And it will be Tyler Sardelli's responsibility. It gets away, but no advance. And after the 2nd inning fiasco with a runner getting thrown out of the ball bouncing off the screen, I do not blame Dino for staying put. That was Fred Bond, who made the instinctive read. If it goes back to the screen 9.5 times out of 10, you're going to get the extra base. Roy's 2nd pitch, hit in the air. Shallow center coming on his freeze. Can he get there? He cannot. It falls to his right. Everybody moves up. The throw comes into second, safe. And Sardelli follows up a bloop single with one of his own. It finds the perfect spot. It's an RBI single, and it's 7-0. Good guys.
And I'm not sure where Perrin was. He must not have got any kind of read on that. It almost fell exactly where Perrin made the good effort from last time, but he wasn't anywhere close to that. Freese had to come all the way around to try to get that from straightaway center on a ball that was almost straightaway left. So Sodbusters not putting much authority behind it, but still nobody out and a run home.
Hit it where they ain't. That has been the key this inning, at least so far. So it's now a 7-1 game, and Fred Bond takes an outside corner strike for strike 1, 0-1 on Fred, who had an 0 for last night, 0 for 5, but he's been on base 3 times tonight. So single and 2 walks, 2 runs driven in. A little farther outside that time, count 1-1. Bases loaded. Jensen at 3rd, Delgado at 2nd, Sardelli at 1st. Defense playing pretty much straight up. No shifts of any kind. Perfect spot again, 2-2. Excuse me, 1-2. Fred Bond with his first inning single with his 11th hit this summer. And driving in a couple of runs so far tonight. JT Roy about to throw pitch number 46. Fouled back, Bond stays alive. Fred Bond, a guy who was recruited out of high school. Came to play with the Sodbusters, and with the coaching carousel change at Kansas, it's been a little bit of a different baseball story for Fred since then. 1-2, wave and a miss. Bond goes after one and swings and misses. It's the first strikeout for JT Roy and just the 4th strikeout for Sodbuster hitters tonight.
Big chance for Tristan Byard, though, who was given credit for a single his last time up. A single here, maybe scores 2. Unless you hit it to right field, don't run on Trout.
We've determined that. Don't run on the fish out there. First pitch to Byard. Check swing and called a ball. And it's 1-0 to Tristan Byard. That's a single that Steve just mentioned. That was the ground ball to third base to Moffitt, who kind of had to go to his right. Could be either way. It kind of ate him up. Not an easy play. But Byard gets credit for his 6th hit of the abbreviated summer for him, so he's 1 for 2 tonight. Roy trying to find his way through this. It was bases loaded with nobody out. Still only one has come across. Pops it up in foul territory. And making the catch is Carson Obrecht for the second out of the inning in foul territory.
2 large outs there. Sodbusters really trying to put this baby totally on ice. Now, we'll see if they can get some more with Luke Ray. But, if you get this to baby to 10 or 12, you don't have to use anybody high leverage at the back end of this behind Cork. Gives you a lot of options tomorrow. And if you like to dream, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday as well.
Well, it's Luke Ray now, and he had a good at-bat in his last at-bat last inning. Ground ball, that's through for a base hit. 1 run is in, and here comes Delgado around third. The double clutch in the outfield will score 2. 2 RBI single. The Busters lead it 9-0. Luke Ray continues to come up clutch in spots, and he does it for the 3rd time tonight.
And talk about really hurting this Nebraska prospects cause and picking up your team after the 8 and 9 hitters didn't get it down to the bases loaded, 1 run home, thinking it was going to be another missed opportunity. And now you get your leading RBI guy up there trying to continue it, trying to get to double digits.
Josh Prinner, the 8th Sodbuster to come to bat this inning. It's now a 9-run lead and a dozen hits for Hastings. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it out of play, 0-1. Prinner and a single in his last 2 at-bats. He is 2 for 4 tonight. Sodbusters making their 5th time through the lineup here in the 6th inning. 0-1, that one way in front. That actually goes off the mask of the home plate umpire. Jason Seitz, who appears no worse for wear, and it gets back to the screen. The wild pitch puts runners at 2nd and 3rd now. Won't make the home plate umpire too happy with the rude surprise in the face. And Printer will dig back in with a 1-1 count. That one was so far in front of home plate. Don't think there was much Kozad could do to stop it. Here's a 1-1. Printer on the ground to the right side. Obrecht makes the play, stumbles a bit, but he will step on the bag for out number 3. 3 come home for the Sodbusters on 3 hits, 2 left. It's a 9-0 lead. We played 6 complete. We'll be right back with inning at number 7 on Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back, or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
We go to the 7th inning. 9-0. Sodbusters lead it. And we will send Braden Cork back out to the mound for his 7th inning of work. Hopefully he can complete one more inning, turn it over to the bullpen with his 9-0 lead. Steve Stein's got the next 2 innings for you.
81 pitches thrown for Braden Cork. Really solid defense behind him. 2 official errors on the board, but the Sodbusters have done enough to keep the shutout going. Cork has been really good. Sodbusters have made some pretty good defensive plays, but the 2 errors were legit. And now it is going to be 3-4, make it 4, 5, and 6 coming up for the Prospects. Coming in at 7:23, the Sodbusters at 31-19, 12 games over 500 for the first time in franchise history. Need to be 14 games over 500 to have a chance to go to the playoffs this year. Need to win today, win tomorrow, and hope Fremont loses a pair in their next 2 games to Spearfish. Fremont forcing that situation with that win against Spearfish. Spearfish still has hopes. If Spearfish wins today, you'll still have 3 teams alive for the final playoff spot, which is going to be a lot of fun. But Fremont, the team that controls its own destiny, as the pitch misses for a ball. Trent Berry, 1 ball and no strikes. He is 0 for 2. He is the beer batter, so a motivated crowd, the fan base, hoping for a strikeout right here from Braden Cork, as the pitch is right there for strike 1. Braden Cork, so far today for this Hastings Sodbuster team, does have 3 strikeouts to go along with 3 walks. Cork atop the hill and ready to go. He doesn't waste much time. You got to love playing behind Braden Cork, as the 1-1 delivery on the way. Inside, and it gets away. 2 balls and 1 strike on Trent Berry. There is right-handed action behind Cork. Ryan talked about the fact maybe try to get through this one. If you can do it with a minimum of pitches, pretty good opportunity to do that. And it looks like we see Max Coughlin getting warm to perhaps try to finish things up behind Cork, as the off-speed pitch is in there for a strike. 2-2 on Trent Berry. First man to bat in the 7th inning. The Sodbusters lead it 9-0. Scored in every inning but 1 yesterday. They have scored in every inning but 2 today. 3 2-run innings and then that 3-run 6th. Really getting some nice opportunities. As here's a bouncing ball. It's by Josh Printer and into center field. Tried to come up and play it on the short hop. Could not get it done. And Berry had pretty well already conceded the fact that he was going to be out, as he tossed the ball away and tossed the bat away and really was not running too hard down to first, but Printer just could not field it on the run. And they are going to give a single to Trent Berry. So Berry aboard here in the 7th inning. 9-0. Here's the pitch. Off speed back to the screen. And 1-0 the count. So Berry on to second base. Corey Kozad bats. And 1-0 the count on him. Kozad, 1 for 2, singled, and then lined out. Hastings Sodbusters looking for a 3rd straight win in this series. Give themselves a chance heading into the final day. And this pitch is by the catcher. So back-to-back wild pitches after what was ruled a single. Now we see Trent Berry at 3rd with nobody out. And the shutout certainly on the line right here. May see Coughlin sooner than later the way this inning is starting. But a chance now to come back for Braden Cork. He's atop the hill. Gets a chance to go back out of the wind and delivers a little bit high. 3-0. That's why those tack-on runs are so big. Getting 2 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th. The big 2-run single for Luke Ray to really give the Sodbusters some breathing room. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Ray, backhand stop, throws to first in time. You'll exchange that. They get the out but give up the run. 4-3. Kozad with the run batted in. Berry scores. It is 9-1 with 1 out and nobody on for J.D. Moffitt. Moffitt reached on an error his first time up, grounded out in the 5th. We're now in the 7th. Sodbusters trying to continue the win streak. Started this streak last Sunday and have not had a day off. Went to Oahe when winning 3 games. They win the Thursday-Friday game of this series. Need 2 more. Give yourself a chance at a playoff spot. And I say a chance. Certainly not guaranteed. Fremont, the only team that controls its own destiny here in the final 2 days. But there still could be 3 teams remaining. 1-1 delivery on the way. And this is fouled back. 1 ball and 2 strikes on J.D. Moffitt. Top of the 7th inning, the Hastings Sodbusters lead it 9-1. 9 runs, officially 13 hits for the Sodbusters. 1 run, 2 hits. They have changed the call, and that would be the right call, as the initial ruling was hit earlier this inning, but I do believe that they have gone back and made the correct call and given an error to Josh Printer. 2-2 pitch on the way. Pretty solidly struck, but right at Ray. He's got it. 2 outs. So this would be an unearned run with Trent Berry reaching on the air, scoring on the ground out. Back-to-back 4-3 putouts for Ray. Over to the first baseman, Sardelli, and that brings to the plate Colton Homolka. We talked about the fact, hey, maybe you're going to pinch hit for Homolka, but I don't know if there's a whole lot of options for the head coach, Gabe Shemwell, at this point. I think pretty much everybody else he's got is a pitcher-only guy anyway, and Homolka has at least had at-bats, meaningful at-bats here moderately recently for the Norris Titans in spring ball to help them to a Class B state championship. But really overmatched by Cork the last couple of times. Takes a first pitch ball and swings and misses here 1-1 on Colton Homolka's 0-for-2 with the 2 strikeouts. 9-1 Sodbusters as Max Coughlin continues to warm behind Cork. Pitch a little bit low, 2-1. So Trent Berry reaching earlier in the inning. They did change that from single to error, which is the right call. 2-1 delivery is in the turf, 3-1. So Braden Cork still has not allowed an earned run today and is comfortably in front 9-1 as the Sodbuster offense getting it done again today on the verge of double digits for the 3rd straight game against the Prospects. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Printer's got another chance. Good field, good throw, no problem there. The leadoff error, that does score a run. 1 run, no hits, 1 error, nobody left. We're at the bottom of the 7th. Sodbusters 9, Prospects 1. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
The Aurora Show Choir with God Bless America with sirens in the background. Usually it's the train horn that bugs us, but today police sirens just not harmonizing well at all with the Aurora Show Choir, but they did a fine job here in advance of the matchup between the Hastings Sodbusters and the Nebraska Prospects. And now they're going to take me out to the ball game, and it's festive here, Ryan Valence. It's festive.
It is. Second to last game of the season. Why not? And Show Choir is sticking out on the sidelines. Good to see. Well, Steve, we talked about the Spearfish Fremont game, and it's a good thing we didn't count it out. It's now a 5-5 ball game. Spearfish leading 5-0. Fremont's tied it up with 5 runs. That game is still in the 4th inning.
Oh, boy.
So you will have to stay tuned to their social medias, either Spearfish or Fremont, to see the outcome of that game, because that game does not appear it will be done by the time we are concluded here. So we will be talking to you tomorrow when we know the certain outcome of that game, but you'll have to get that information yourself. Also, if you haven't, the Game Changer app on iOS and Android. You can follow along pitch by pitch. Every team in the Independence League, including the Hastings Sodbusters. If you can't ever tune in to us, that's how the official scoring happens, and you can see live results as they happen. Box scores, pitch by pitch, line scores, and runs. Pretty much almost like you're looking at a live game, so download that if you're ever curious about Independence League baseball.
New pitcher for the Prospects as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is Cameron Pickens, a Concordia University guy. He's another Millard North. It's like Millard North night here at the ballpark as Braden Cork, the Millard North guy, is the starter for the Hastings Sodbusters. And Pickens coming in 0-2, a 7.31 ERA. He'll be making his 8th appearance, 22 innings pitched, 26 runs allowed, 23 of them earned. He's allowed 36 hits, struck out 23, and walked 8. He was the losing pitcher against Hastings earlier this year. Went 5 1/3 innings, allowing 4 runs, 2 of them earned, allowed 4 hits, struck out 10, and walked 1 that day. Trying to finish things up here and keep it a 9-1 contest. Sodbusters, meanwhile, Coughlin ready. You wonder if that was the end of the day for Braden Cork, who did not give up an earned run and threw 100 pitches. I would think that's probably enough for Braden as he does what he needs to do and gives his team an opportunity to win here and hopefully keep their playoff hopes alive.
Yeah, not too often, like you talked about Pickens outing against the Sodbusters. He pitched 5 1/3, only allow 4 runs, and strike out 10 guys, and you end up as the losing pitcher, so he'll look for a bounce back. Very kind of low leverage situation, just need to pump the zone, full strikes.
And first pitch swinging is Ryan Jarvis, 0-1 after the foul ball for Jarvis, who had a single his last time up to keep that 5th inning going, but didn't have anything to show for it as Josh Printer was gunned down at home to end the fray. 0-1 delivery, bounces this one to the right side. Another chance for the first baseman. It'll toss to the pitcher covering. Nice job there. And I give credit to a guy who hasn't played third base for a few years. And a good job for Carson Obrecht to dish it over to Cameron Pickens covering 3-1 of the put out. There's 1 out.
You think pitchers themselves individually practice their peel-off plays to first base? Probably not.
Yeah.
It's usually pitchers to actual first basemen, but they look like guys who have done that plenty of times. Good play on both ends.
Here's Dino Morales for the Hastings Sodbusters. Dino hit by a pitch. He's been walked. He had a double, also struck out. He's had the highs and lows. It's been baseball for him. He's had highs and lows. Struck out, had a double, couple of great plays at third, had an error. That's baseball. Dino stands in the right-handed box. 1 ball and no strikes the count to Dino Morales. I would guess he probably won't be in the starting lineup tomorrow if the Sodbusters are still alive for a playoff. I think he probably would be one of the high-leverage guys out of the bullpen, so would be surprised if he starts at third base tomorrow because you've got a nice opportunity with Bryce Ronkin on the roster as well. But now it'll be fascinating to see what the lineup looks like if Fremont wins today and tomorrow's game means nothing. Bouncing ball back up the middle. The second baseman's got it. Throws to first. 1 hop, and it's by. Dino Morales would have been a pretty close play at first. And Schuyler had to go a long way to get it and then throw a 1-hopper over to first base. And the Sodbusters will have a 1-out base runner in the person of Dino Morales.
Tough play by Schuyler. Maybe a good throw does get him there. And they will give Schuyler an error there on the play. And that will be 1-out base runner. 8-run lead, still looking for more. Why not?
And it has not been a perfect game. How about 6 errors now combined between the two teams? But if your squad's ahead 9-1, you'll take it. And a really fun night at the ballpark for a very good crowd here as season winding down. Will tomorrow be the last game? We'll find out. Pitch is taken for a ball, and you know, the early lead for Spearfish, you catch yourself looking ahead. And I was thinking, you know, and I was guilty of it too, but I'm a broadcaster. I can do that. Guys can't do it. I was thinking if you could just get to the playoffs. As the pitch comes in, bounce back up the middle. Nice job for the pitcher. Throw to second for 1. Over to first, double play. That's a 1-6-3 twin killing. Pickens, and an amazing throw from Trent Berry to gun down the runner there, Cale Jensen. So it goes 1-6-3. We'll continue our thought as we head to the 7th inning. The Hastings Sodbusters end up sending up the minimum. No runs, no hits, 1 error, no one left. It's 9-1 as we head to the 8th. This is Sodbuster Baseball. We're going to keep it right here. Dizzy Bat Race. And Ryan Valenta, it's basically Ryan Valenta's family here, family away from the girlfriend and more.
Yes. So we on the screen, we've got from left to right Wyatt. Lived with him for a couple of years. Vi, that's Wyatt's girlfriend. Then Grace, Gabby, and Jake. Most friends from Lincoln. And I pretty much
you're going to announce?
I signed them up for the Dizzy Bat Race without them knowing.
We'll turn it over to Ryan Valenta.
Let's see what they can do.
Yeah.
Wyatt's a former baseball player. Oh, they're going pretty good. Jake's played some ball as well. They're coming up the 10 race. Like the speed that we're going at. Who are we going to get to stumble? Here they come. Wyatt's, no! Jake's going over this. Who's going to win? Grace is down. And who wins? I think Jake got it there. Oh, man. Grace didn't make it to the finish line. Gabby and Vi slowly but surely crossed there. Jake's the winner. Let's go, guys. Awesome stuff. Everybody seems to be all right, and they've definitely had some liquid confidence to get them across the line, too. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you letting me dictate your 7th inning tonight.
And no broken ankles. Life is very, very good. It's a 9-1 lead as we head to the 8th inning, and indeed the Sodbusters will go to the bullpen here with that big lead. And Max Coughlin gets his opportunity, Northeast Community College guy. That's been another theme tonight. A lot of Northeast Community College kids in the lineup as the Sodbusters go with their back-to-back Northeast Community College pitchers. He's an Omaha West Side grad. 0-0 and 11.56 ERA, making his 5th appearance in 4 2/3, allowing 7 runs, 6 of them earned, allowed 5 hits, struck out 5, and walked 9. And Max Coughlin trying to put a couple of zeros on the board and take this baby home for Braden Cork to pick up another win for Hastings and at least give Hastings a fighting chance heading into the final day. Gotta hope that Spearfish finds a way to come out on top against Fremont.
Asked Scott during the break, asked him, is there a Northeast Community College requirements? I mean, do we have to have an X amount? And he said, well, that's kind of one of the first, if not the first places we look. Very good relationship with Marcus Clapp and the Northeast Community College Hawks. Very successful baseball program. And just down the road in Norfolk, why not look for them? And, yep, they've got a lot of talent, and they have brought a lot of talent to Hastings this summer.
That and Arkansas Tech seem to be the two big feeder schools as we see the Nebraska prospects about their 8, 9, and 1 hitters here in the 8th inning as the pitch from Coughlin is inside, nearly hit him, back to the screen. Somehow it did not hit Carson Obrecht, who is 0 for 2 at the plate. As 1-0 the count, Coughlin trying to put zeros on the board. And another solid outing for Braden Cork. Had that great relief outing against Fremont. Gets the start today. Pitch across for strike. Now, I was thinking about the fact, if the Sodbusters make the playoffs, you look at Tuesday, Wednesday, Marcus Miller's back on the table. He gets a chance to maybe start one more at home because he's probably not going to go on the road, so maybe you get a chance to throw him, particularly on Wednesday. Got to make it there first, but we thought Marcus had a really good last outing, or so we thought, as he pitched in the first game of this series. But you would think that he probably would be ready to go maybe in Game 2 of a championship series on Wednesday.
I agree, but Steve, you're getting my hopes up a lot now.
Yeah,
I'm really thinking we're going to make it now.
Should never say that, should I?
But I agree. Miller could definitely be a candidate. He's a guy that works a lot and a home-only guy, and I guarantee you, if that comes tomorrow, one of the first calls is going to be to Marcus. Hey, how do you feel about pitching either Tuesday or Wednesday?
You can serve lunch at the taco place on Wednesday, but don't do supper. Called strike 3. Good job for Coughlin to come back and get Carson Obrecht. There's one out here in the 8th inning with Kellen Freese coming to the plate.
Good start for Coughlin. Had that rough start in Grand Island against the Bison. In his last starts, coming fresh off Tommy John surgery and just looking to pump the zone full of strikes in a very low-pressure situation.
Hard to believe that was the beginning of the streak for the Hastings Sodbusters. Had to battle back and win that game and have not lost since. And apparently on their way to a victory here today and would be 13 games over 500 for the first time in franchise history. As the pitch across for strike, 0-1.
no matter what happens the last 2 games, this will be a Sodbuster team that will be remembered for a long time.
Yep, it's been a fun year, and hopefully just go out with a flourish and have a chance to come out and win tomorrow, and really a heck of a job managing this final week for Danny Weiser. All you can ask is to be in a position and have guys like Braden Cork and Nathan Massar to come out and start Saturday and Sunday. I don't know what more you could hope for. You have your chance to basically start your last 2 in games that you have to have. 1-2, the count now on Kellen Freese. He has not been on. Actually, he walked his first time up and then grounded out. Freese, local guy, he's Northeast Community College and graduated from Centura High School. Played high school ball at Central City Centura. Pitch just misses, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Kellen Freese. Freese walked, but then he took off for second, officially caught stealing, and Braden Cork was able to break contact and get him in a rundown. 2-2 the count on Freese. Coughlin taking his time, brings it home. Fouls it off the mitt of Tristan Meyer, just couldn't quite hang on to that. It remains 2-2. Sodbusters looking to keep this winning streak going, and they have put together some great offensive numbers in particular during this streak. 1 more run to get to double digits for the 3rd straight time in this series after they just tore it up at Oahe. Raised their road batting average by about 30 points. Called strike 3, and Obrecht and Freese, both victims of called strike 3s from Max Coughlin, have a start there. Max, good job. First 2 up, 2 down.
Being successful with the outside corners of the strike zone and getting those calls. A good start.
Back to the top of the order for Paul Schuyler. Schuyler was certainly a pest yesterday as he was able to get on base and stole 3 bases, went 2 for 4, scored a run. Sodbusters would win the game 10-2. Pitch taken upstairs for ball 1. 1-0 the count on Schuyler, who's had a very quiet day. 0 for 3 for Schuyler, but has played good second base for this team. Cloud County guy on to UNO. He graduated from Bellevue East High School. Coughlin set for the 1-0 pitch. Outside, 1-1. Sodbusters continue to have Sardelli at first, Ray at second, Printer the shortstop, Morales is at third. The outfield for Hastings, left to right, Brian Jarvis to go along with Alexio Delgado and Cale Jensen. Starters have had a good go at the plate, 13 hits for Hastings on the day. Right across for strike, 2-1 on Paul Schuyler. Max Coughlin, good to see him back pitching. He, along with fellow Sodbuster Cohen Evans, coming off surgery and didn't join the team until late, and both getting their opportunities down the stretch. 2-2 after a swing and a miss from Schuyler.
Very big swing and a miss there, and Schuyler, don't know if he's just taking a grand tour to try to reset or maybe thought he was struck out there. Takes a bit to get back in the box.
2-2 with 2 outs. Trying for a 1-2-3 inning here, Max Coughlin. Omaha West Side product brings it home. Bouncing ball left side. Dina Morales retreats a couple of steps. Has got it. Guns over in time. Whew, he can throw it. 3 up, 3 down for the prospects in the top of the 8th. It's still Hastings 9, Nebraska 1. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com.
Well, for the last at bat for the Hastings Sodbusters, as we will see them go 6, 7, and 8 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Cameron Pickens out for his second inning of work. Was able to start a 1-6-3 double play that was pretty fancy, as the official score did not catch that. I have to let Andy know that they've still got J.T. Roy pitching, but it was Cameron Pickens who came out for that 7th, and that's where those black uniforms, black numbers, they probably just didn't catch that. Although, I was mentioning while you were away a little bit, they are not terrible. With the red and white, gives a little three-dimensionality of it. At least you can see them. I could see the picture. I thought back to those Oahe uniforms. I think they had the white on the yellow.
Yep.
I almost could not tell those numbers with binoculars.
Yep, not the worst, but
Yeah.
not the best for sure.
So it will be Alexio Delgado for the Hastings Sodbusters. Delgado has been on board a couple of times. He has scored 2, a double, a single, an RBI. Successful day for Alexio for the Hastings Sodbusters. Swings and misses here, and no balls and 1 strike on Alexio Delgado for the Hastings Sodbusters. Sodbusters looking to wrap up another victory here, win for the 7th straight time. Pitch is taken for a ball. The winning streak started last Sunday. Try to make it 7 today, try to make it 8 tomorrow, and then do a little scoreboard watching, just like we are. Ryan over there watching the stream of Spearfish and Fremont. It's 5-5 in the 5th. Spearfish scores 5 in the 1st. Fremont has come back. Spearfish left the bases loaded in the bottom of their 4th inning. Spearfish must win today and tomorrow. Sodbusters have to win tomorrow for them to make the playoffs. But first things first, get through today. Finish things off. 1-2 pitch. Delgado fouls it away. Got to win this one, which appears to be likely. And then Spearfish find a way to win today. And then 3 teams battling for 1 playoff spot on the final day, which is a heck of a lot of fun. That's about all you can ask. When there's 5 teams in the league, and basically 4 of them are still playing for something on the final day, that is pretty cool if it happens. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Shortstop's got it. Throw to first in time, as well played by Trent Berry. He's got a good arm. And we saw that on display as he made the turn on that 1-6-3 twin killing. 1 out, nobody on for Tyler Saldelli. Saldelli, a multi-hit game. He's 2 for 4, an infield single back in the 3rd. Sardelli then knocked in a run back in the 6th inning as the Sodbusters really eliminated any doubt with that 3-run 6 to make it 9-0. It's now 9-1, and you feel really good with just 3 outs to get heading into the night. Pitch taken outside for a ball. Tyler Sardelli joining the team late, basically taking the spot and the roster and the jersey of Sawyer Duddleston. He came in and grabbed that jersey and plays a different position, but has done a nice job, plays good first base, and has been very consistent at the plate and gets a multi-hit game here today for the Hastings Sodbusters. Sodbusters on the verge of win number 32 and just 19 losses, trying to go 12 games over 500 here at home. With their recent sweep of Oahe, able to get over 500 on the road for the first time this year. 1-1 delivery is bounced back up the middle. Second baseman's got it. No problem for Skyler. And there are a couple of quick outs here in the 8th. And Fred Bond, last chance for him tonight. Pretty successful day. Had RBIs each of his first 2 at-bats for the Hastings Sodbusters. Overall 1 for 2, 2 runs batted in and a run scored. He's walked twice for the Hastings Sodbusters. 9 runs, 13 hits for Hastings. 1 run, just 2 hits for the Prospects, thanks in part to the work of Braden Cork, who's on the verge of picking up another win, as Braden would go to 3-1 on the year. He's also got 4 saves. 1-0 the count now on Fred Bond. As you look ahead to tomorrow, mention the fact Nathan Massar would probably be the starter. Another guy you would have in relief, Creighton Jacobitz, so you feel really good about your chances with just those two guys available. And then Dino Morales, high fly ball, right field. And making the catch on the run near the line, Jackson Trout, and the Sodbusters gone in order in the 8th. Ryan Valenta will take you home when we come back in the 9th, 9-1. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Head back to the 9th inning as we bring you the finale here. Last chance for the Nebraska prospects. Hastings Sodbusters on top 9-1. And let's turn things back over to Ryan Valentas. The Sodbusters are going to have their right-handed pitcher, Max Coughlin, back out there for Hastings.
Coughlin going out for his second inning of work. 9-1 ball game. 3 more outs, and the Sodbusters can book their 7th win in a row. Sodbusters have done what they've needed to do, relying on some help, a live look-in from Spearfish. Fremont and Spearfish deadlocked at 5 still in the 5th inning. Fremont threatening with 2nd and 3rd with only 1 out. And we care so much about that game because if Fremont wins, then they will win the second half, or they will have clinched the best overall record and clinched the second half title against the Casper Spuds. Sweet Caroline rings out as per usual at Duncan Field. Max Coughlin will set to go up against 2, 3, and 4 against the Nebraska prospects in this 9th inning. Looking for 7 games in a row, and you can hear the fans, they're into it. Perfect night at the ballpark on this Saturday evening. Looking for another Duncan Field dub. First pitch from Coughlin is high and tight to Jackson Trout. Trout has had a great all-around day. He's got a hit at the plate, 2 outfield assists, and a couple of nice grabs. In addition to that, Coughlin's 1-0 pitch, down low, ball 2, 2-0. No action in the bullpen. If you can get 7 from Cork and 2 from Coughlin, be awesome. Coughlin's 2-0. Outside ball 3, he's missed with 3 straight. Coughlin kind of a traditional pitcher, 4-seam, 2-seam, changeup, slider, curveball. .30 pitch. High for ball 4. Gentleman, but appeared to be just a bit too high. It's a 4-pitch walk. So Trout is on for the 3rd time tonight, 2nd time he's been walked. And it will be Jacob Perrin. Again, can't really go to any bench of any kind for the prospects since they don't really have any bench. They've got to save those guys and whoever they may be, probably pitchers for tomorrow's game. Here's a pitch down low to Jacob Perrin. Perrin, no hits tonight, but he has reached base 3 times. A fielder's choice, a walk, and an error that he's reached on tonight. 1 on, nobody out. Prospects trying to scrape across anything to make things maybe interesting in the 9th. Pitch at the knees for a strike, 1-1. Wind has pretty much died down. We're about 2.5 hours of game time here at Duncan Field. Just the fans, the players, and the lights remained here in central Nebraska. Check swing. He definitely went around. No, what? I may or may not know those people griping with the call down there. I definitely thought he went.
I just thought that is you talk about a guy who needs to work on his heckling. You're wrong. That is that was the comment that stuck out to me of the fan base. Very polite. Yep. You're wrong.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I disagree. Mm-hmm. And you're guessing very commonly used. Very non-threatening insults for sure.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. And you know, good job, no profanity, just very straightforward.
Well, I told them before the game, if there's any kind of that, Scott's going to come over and whoop some sense into them.
Yeah,
so
there you go. That's good.
It's a 2-2 count. Meanwhile, Fremont has taken a 6-5 lead against Spearfish in the 5th inning, and not done yet. 2-2 pitch to Jacob Perrin. Trout with a big lead. He's kind of leaning, but not going. Strike 3, Perrin knew it. Curveball, Perrin guessed wrong. It's the first out of the inning. Max Coughlin with his 3rd punch out tonight.
And Mr. Home plate umpire, Jason Seitz, you're right. Yes.
That was, the right call, and
yes.
No question about that. Mm-hmm. It's Trent Berry now, the beer batter tonight. Sodbusters trying to win the game without striking out the beer batter, but they've got one more chance to do it. However, a little bit too late for fans to redeem on the alcohol special here at Duncan Field.
And officially, even if he does strike out, that does not count. You have to be able to get the alcoholic beverage. That's our.
Oh, that's how you're keeping track of it?
Oh yeah. I mean,
okay.
you can't. I mean, don't you? Or have you been given these 9th inning strikeouts as
well? I mean, you've been the one keeping track.
Yeah.
I've kind of laid off on that. It's kind of been your thing. But I think, beer batter strikes out.
But you have to be able to take advantage of it with alcohol, right? I mean, otherwise, that's not the spirit of the beer batter striking out.
Touche, Steve.
It's a 9-1 game, so we're just looking for stuff now.
Let's get the strikeouts here, and I'd put this down. There goes Trout, swing and a miss, throw down from Byer, too late. Trout holds the bag at second, and he swims the upstream battle into second base. Counts now 0-2 to Trent Berry. Berry tonight 0 for 3. A fielder's choice ground out, a double play ground out, and he also reached on an error to score the only prospect run in his last plate appearance in the 7th inning. Crowd lolling about, ready for these last 2 outs to celebrate the Sodbuster win. 0-2 from Max. Popped in the air, foul territory. It will just get out of play. Sardelli runs out of room at first base. Same time tomorrow night, 6:35 for the regular season finale. And we will tell you tomorrow whether the Sodbusters have a chance or if tomorrow will be their last game. In tomorrow's broadcast in our social media and Fremont and Spearfish social media too. If you want the latest updates, you can follow them. So still an 0-2 pitch to Trent Berry. Fouled off the leg, and that one smarts. Berry's got that protective guard on his left foot. But he will go back into the box. Maybe a little bit of a nick or a bruise somewhere with still an 0-2 count. Runner at second, 1 out, 0-2 pitch, 9-1 game. Max Coughlin about to throw pitch number 30. Here it comes. Outside, gets away from Byer, heads back to the screen. It's a wild pitch, and will advance the runner to third base. So Trout has stolen seconds, now advances to third. You'd hope that Max can get the final 2 outs of the inning. He hasn't pitched a whole lot this summer season because of the aforementioned Tommy John surgery. He's only thrown a maximum of 37 pitches in his 3 outings. And he's already at number 30 now with 2 outs still left to get. 1-2 spiked on the other side again. It's 2-2 now.
Looks like he's certainly going to get to 37 because even if they try to get somebody warm, nobody's even up yet. So this may be Coughlin's longest outing regardless, even if they do have to go to the pen.
You would hope, at least get him final 2 outs and don't complicate things more. Still 2 strikes. Low and away from 0-2 now to 3-2. Coughlin tried the slider and it missed badly. And a good stop by Tristan Beyer to keep it in front, though. Full count pitch. The runner at third and 1 out. 8-run lead. Coughlin's got a sign. Here it comes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Went with the breaking ball and the beer batter strikes out, but Steve's not going to count it.
No.
There's 2 outs in the inning.
No
One more
reduced
to
price
get.
alcohol. Do it when it means something, huh? Come on.
Well, the deal, as you may know, when it's too late to sell something, it's free water at the drinking fountains for the remainder of the game.
Yep. Then he's not the beer batter. He would be the water batter.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right. The final hurdle is Corey Kozad between the Busters and a 7-game win streak. And at least hopes to stay alive in the playoffs for at least another hour or so. Big wave and a miss. Coughlin way out in front, getting Kozad on the breaking ball. Shell Wing is right. Coughlin goes to the rosin bag to get a little more grip. We'll step back in 0-1. Corey Kozad with a 2nd inning single. Since then, with a line out and a ground out. Same pitch, wanted it, but held up this time. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. I would assume these 2 guys have maybe faced off against each other before. Northeast Community College and Southeast Community College. Although Coughlin was rehabbing from Tommy John surgery last season. And that one just misses. 2 balls and 1 strike. And just a bit outside, according to our flight scope here. Hope Jason Seitz know he doesn't get paid by the pitch. 2-1, still runner at third base. Prospects looking to push across their 2nd run tonight. Breaking ball misses downstairs. I like the selection there to try and get Kozad to chase, but now you've got to throw one into the zone. Prospects with just 2 runs on Thursday night, 3 runs last night. Sodbusters trying to win their 7th game against Nebraska this year. Hitters count pitch for Kozad. Coughlin steps off. Like I said, no matter the outcome of the end of the season, this has been a blast. We are so fortunate to have you guys with us this whole way through. Fouled off, went with the fastball. Kozad's late on it. Wonder if these guys have a connection of some sort, because Coughlin keeps looking in and smiling, and Kozad seems to be smiling back. That's just a friendly camaraderie here. Full count pitch. Let's put the nail in the coffin right here. What do you say?
But keep in mind, West Side and Millard West in high school, they probably have a lot of background there too.
Thank you, Steve. That's definitely the connection right there. 3-2 pitch. 1 more strike to get. Chopper Coughlin grabs it. He's going to run it over all the way to himself.
Kozad never put the bat down.
He doesn't put the bat down. Coughlin taps him on the shoulder. Definitely a friendly battle back there. Won by Coughlin, and he records the final 6 outs. The Sodbusters win it 9-1. Sodbusters win, baby. They extend their streak to 7 in a row, and they will live to see at least the next hour. Now they lie on the hopes of the Spearfish Sasquatch and potentially coming back to extend their season. We'll talk about the 8-run win in our post-game show after this. Don't go anywhere.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen, a tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
We are back with our post-game show on Sodbuster Baseball. 9-1 victory. The Hastings Sodbusters win their 7th straight in a row. 9-1, and what a performance all around. 12 hits by the offense. Only 2 hits allowed by the pitching staff. A dominant win, and the Sodbusters win the season series 7-1 against the Nebraska Prospects and guarantee themselves a win in this series. But Sodbusters are looking for a little bit more after that against kind of this defeated and just diminished prospect squad. But how about the pitching staff? Braden Cork, Max Coughlin combined to just allow 2 hits on 1 run. And this one, after the second inning and maybe the third inning too, that one, it was kind of the tone there, and the Sodbusters never looked back and did what they needed to do tonight, Steve.
And tack on runs. I mean, you get 2 in the second, add 2 in the third, 2 in the fifth, and then that 3-run sixth really, to me, eliminated all doubt and a lot of big 2-out production there. You had Luke Ray step up, get the 2-run single to put the finishing touches on his day as he has a multi-hit game and 3 runs batted in. And Danny Weiser just pushing all the right buttons, man. And we were talking about it up here earlier, the head coach for the Hastings Sodbusters. But to come into your last weekend, have a chance to throw Cork out on Saturday and Massar out on Sunday, really, that's about all you can ask as you get set to go for the final 2 games of the regular season.
Absolutely. I mean, pitching plan's working out perfectly, and I couldn't do anything different.
And talk a little bit about the overall performance today. Cork getting the start today. What about his effort?
Cork was excellent today, and I mean, he did his thing all day, just shoving it in the zone, and I'm super proud of the way he finished the season and finished his start. And Max as well, coming in there and just giving us zeros there at the end. And really proud of the way both of them threw today.
And we know there's no I in team, especially for the offense. All 9 guys getting a hit tonight. Super cool for them. I mean, just what were you guys seeing at the plates, and what made the guys with all those runs tonight?
They're just seeing the ball well in their zone. They did a really good job of laying off pitches that were just missing or just off the plate and making sure we're hitting the hitter's pitch. And that's what we did a really good job of, getting an advantage counts and hitting for power. I know Printer had a couple deep ones, same thing with Dino, and it came in big for us tonight.
And at one point, I think you had 9 runs, and you'd stranded 11 and lost 3 base runners. I mean, it was a 9-run game, but could have been like 15 as you had some opportunities out there, but to just continue to put pressure on offensively.
Absolutely, and even with giving them a few outs, man, we were aggressive all day and just continue to get on base and continue to make stuff happen.
So now with just one game left in the regular season, obviously you're going to play your heart out for the fans tomorrow. Just talk about the approach from now, knowing that you might need some help from another team, and just one game left to go. What's it going to look like for the guys from now until tomorrow night?
Right now, I just told them to focus on what we can control, and all we can control is the next 9 innings of baseball we have against the prospects. But then we can also be Sasquatch fans for the next 4 to 8 hours, and that's exactly what I'm focusing on too. But nevertheless, I'm proud of the way the boys have fought all year, and we're just going to come out tomorrow and give the Busters one last good show.
Thank you, Danny. Go Sasquatch, and go Busters, of course, too. Yep, that's first order business. Appreciate you. We'll see Danny tomorrow night. 9-1 win. And the Sodbusters, like I mentioned, good offensive performance for them, getting everybody in the hit column. Luke Ray, Josh Printer, Delgado, Sardelli, each with 2 hits. Ryan Jarvis, Morales, Jensen, Bond, and Byer, each with 1 hit. And the Sodbuster pitching staff of Braden Cork and Max Coughlin combined for just 1 unearned run and 2 hits allowed. The prospects with only 2 hits tonight. Those were from Jackson Trout and Corey Kozad. And Colton Homolka, the high school graduate, ends up taking the loss. And I don't know about you, Steve. After this, though, going to turn on the live stream here and cheer as loud as I can for the Sasquatch after this.
Yeah, and it's not looking good after they took a 5-0 lead, 7 in a row for Fremont, but a lot of potential for runs to be scored in Spearfish. Right now, Fremont seems to be playing really well down the stretch. Does Spearfish have anything left? We will find out. But one way or the other, you mentioned it earlier, it's been a blast. Whether tomorrow's game means anything or not, you just want to come out and close the season on a high note and play your best and really finish with a flourish.
Sodbusters did what they could, like head coach Danny Weiser said. 9-1 final, 7 in a row. A little spoiler, it's 7-5 right now. You can watch that game on the Spearfish Sasquatch YouTube channel to find the end of that. Even if tomorrow's game will not mean anything, win or loss, we're still going to come out. We'll still be here, so come and support your Hastings Sodbusters. Even come out here. We'll have a lot of promotions, good food deals, good alcohol deals, as Scott told us. Got to make sure everything goes in the final game tomorrow, so it should be a lot of fun. For Ryan Valenta, Steve Stein, thanks to Connor and Noah for running the scoreboard and the broadcast numbers of the Flight Scope next door. Same time tomorrow, 6:35 p.m., the Prospects and the Sodbusters, with them going for the series sweep and an 8-game win streak. Ryan Valenta signing off, and have a happy rest of your Saturday night.
Catch the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Get the ultimate fan experience at a Hastings Sodbuster game this summer. Enjoy high-level collegiate summer wood bat baseball at the beautiful and historic Duncan Field in Hastings. Baseball and a whole lot more. Affordable family fun. That's what the Sodbusters and the Independence League are all about. Sodbuster Baseball. It's your team.
Catch the spirit.